Hey everybody, good afternoon. How are y'all doing? I did get us over here to the inn at Dalinar, but I didn't do it last night. I did it just now. So we didn't get a lot of rested XP, unfortunately. But that's okay. We got a tiny bit. I am going to just run around and we're going to pick up all the quests here. And then we'll figure out what we're doing first. I did grab Zen Foulhoof's quest for the Night Sabers, the Owls, and the Spiders. So we'll probably work on that right away. Dustin, I'm doing well. Thanks for asking. It's been a good day. It's about 68 degrees outside. It's beautifully sunny. There's a nice breeze to keep things even cooler. So we're getting like a little taste of autumn. It's like autumn preview. So it's actually a really good day. I was able to go outside twice today. And I was able to wear this sweater that I have on now. I was able to wear outside. And it was actually comfortable. So for me, that makes it a great day. Chronos Play says, lovely day to be playing World of Warcraft. Yes, it is. I did make sure to get outside. I'm going to go outside again later. I'm going to go for a neighborhood walk with my kid later. And my dog. And hopefully my wife will come too, but I'll take anybody who wants to go. Tim, good evening, man. Thanks for being here. I'm going to try not to run off of this and get us killed. Lucas, how dare I start a night off without telling you? You should have been there yesterday, man, to see the fall of the priest at the hands of Morladim. Then you would know. But welcome. Thanks for being here. Jason, you call it Foxel? Like faux autumn? Foxel. Maybe I missed something. I don't want to just run around and get into random combats. Because I can't do anything as melee. The priest made you cringe, the death made you cringe, Dustin. Yeah. It was very cringe. Because like I should know better than to be running along the road in the cemetery. After playing the game for 20 years, I should know, like, you know, when I'm in danger of aggroing Morladim, especially considering we had already aggroed him like so many times that day. So it was cringe in multiple ways. Was it cringe? Yeah. It's really stupid stuff like that that will get me on a death reel if I'm not careful. Because I was also just running my mouth. I was just talking and talking and talking and talking and talking. And my camera was zoomed into about right here. So there's a lot of things for someone to critique, you know. So I'm kind of worried, like, if I do anything else like that, I'm going to end up on one of these death reels. That's the last thing I want. It wasn't like I tried to fight him. Dustin, that's true, yeah, because I've seen people do stupid stuff like that. That's like obviously just like a blatant way to get your character killed on purpose. Yeah, I ran directly into him. That was the worst part. Like, we bumped shoulder to shoulder. It wasn't even like if we had any more distance at all, and maybe even just without the lucky days he got really early, like, we might have made it, you know? We bubbled. We popped our big self-heal. We popped a big potion. Like, I feel like any other circumstance, had we aggroed him from a couple more feet away, even, I feel like we would have lived. But yeah, that's how it happens. I always find it incredibly entertaining when I die. It's always like you don't see it coming. You're just like, oh. From the outside later you see it coming because you're like, okay, dude is running through the cemetery. Dude is talking non-stop. Dude is clearly not paying attention. And then you get killed by Morladim. So like when you watch it afterwards, it's like you know what's about to happen. But during it, when it happens to you, it's always like this great big surprise. The daze was the worst, Tim. He dazed me on like the second hit. It was like an immediate daze. And I thought I had distance on him at that point, that he wasn't going to hit me again. I thought I was like in the clear of his attack. It was a bad one. Fear me, and then I'm so stupid. That's another thing. Because like, oh yeah, dude plays WoW for 20 years. He doesn't understand that undead are immune to fear. I knew it as soon as I pressed it. I was like, oh yeah, like this is not going to do anything to him in Classic era. It was a mess. But I appreciated you guys who were there like hanging out as we started this character up. It's like when I would do the immersive stuff and a character got killed, I would feel like so depressed I would have to go take a nap. But when I'm hanging out and somebody gets killed, it like bounces right off me. Let's see who's playing the hardcore today. Oh wow, that's actually impressive for the Night Elf area at 3 o'clock in the afternoon. That's actually impressive. You know what I need to do, like basically right away? We need to make our way down here. We need to get the skinning and the leatherworking stuff going. We need to do that. So, firstly, let's change a couple things here. There we go. And we'll head in the other direction. Yeah, Dustin, it may be. It may be. I'm not sure. We talked about a couple options yesterday. We're going Horde for sure. We're going Horde, so that's decided. I've gone ahead and locked in the faction, and but besides that, I've thrown a couple things out there like on the table. But yeah, I mean, part of me does really like the priest a lot. Part of me wants to go on an orc warrior. Part of me wants to be a fury warrior. Or an arms warrior just dealing like DPS. Like I'm not gonna tank a single thing. I'm done tanking and healing. I talked about that a little bit too. But I would love to maybe just be a warrior. And maybe we just go like, maybe we try to go fury. Because we've never done fury before, but supposedly it's really good. Dakota, that's a good question. It's not, so I will get that changed. Yes, exactly, Dustin. We have the option to get a weapon from the auction house. Yep. That's going to make a huge difference when we get into like the level 30s or 40s, and or if we're just not getting drops. Just the ability to do like a dungeon over and over again, like every day, you know, to do it the next day, is going to be huge. Because yeah, there's lots of weapons. Like there's weapons that are rare drops, but like typically, if you can kill a boss like 2 or 3 times, you'll probably get something. Like if you go into armory, like maybe 3-4 days straight into armory each day, like you're probably gonna get the weapon, the axe off the guy, you know. Lael, I'm doing well, man. Thanks for being here. I really need to work on like my maximum distance stuff with this character. You can see I'm so good at my perception of how far away the enemy is. We get like 2 shots off before they're in our face. This is why I say like I would probably fail at a hunter inevitably, because as mainly like a melee person, it's really hard for me to like judge the max distance. Even close, like that wasn't even. I thought I had like good distance on that one, and we got 1 shot off. I thought we'd at least get 2 shots off. Crits, what server is this? This is Bloodsail Buccaneers right now. Yep. I'm gonna set the Hearthstone, and then we are gonna go out to find our leatherworking and skinning profession trainers. Let's vendor any junk we picked up. The eggs I might be able to cook at some point, so maybe I should hang on to those. This is a bow upgrade now. Do I want to do this? I think I do. I'm probably gonna regret it, you know. When I'm broke, when I can't afford abilities, I'm probably gonna regret it. But we'll go with it for now. Tweety, good afternoon, man. Thanks for being here. We'll also grab the quest from this patrol. They have a quest to go kill furbolgs. Pretty sure furbolgs. me grab this, and then I have to check one thing that I don't have set up properly. Because I am professional. Okay, there we go, that's better. Alright, let's see. These guys are right up ahead, right? We can do this one on the way. We really are not equipped to like handle anything at melee. It's pretty scary. It's gonna be a long couple of levels prior to getting the mount, isn't it? It's gonna feel kind of rough. It kind of reminds me of the rogue before we get dual wield. It's like, yeah, I really have to work for that max range, otherwise we're gonna be in trouble. And I'm so good at finding max range. Yes, Zenkai, I decided Horde for the official hardcore start. Yep. So I have to get 10 people on at the same time to sign the charter. Like I'm gonna be talking about it. You know, we're gonna get it done on day 1. So if you wanna join the guild right away, just try to be around day 1. We'll probably go for quite a while once the servers are actually up. Assuming they come up before like 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. If they come up at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, like I'm an old person, we'll probably be on for 3 hours at that point, and we'll be done. But yeah, we'll get it going within the first day or two. I just need to see if we can even get 10 people on in the same place at the same time to sign the charter. I don't want to have like randos sign the charter just to have to kick them. So, yeah, but we're gonna do it. I don't know what the guild name yet. It'll probably be like, I don't know yet. It'll be something related to the channel that does not imply ownership. It won't be Robert's Ramblers, you know? It won't be like me implying ownership over you or over the guild. It might just be like the Ranting Ramblers or just the Ramblers. I don't know, it depends on what I can get, what guild names are available. But yeah, it's gonna be in such a way that it doesn't imply my ownership. It could just be hardcore ramblers, you know. If I can get hardcore ramblers, I think that's like easy enough, and that's good. That's identifying. It's straightforward. It's short. It's one word basically. I like HC ramblers. If I can get HC ramblers, I'm just gonna go with that. There's cooler names I could come up with, but I don't want to like. I don't want to try hard on the name, you know. I'm not cool enough to like try hard on the name. Oh, we got trouble. We got big trouble. We gotta run. I can't get enough distance to really like. Oh, we got huge problems. Yeah. Okay, 3 of them. Yeah. Okay, fine, totally fine. 4 of them. Okay, still good. We're still good. 5 of them and the days. Oh no. Yeah, we're fine. We're good. Leather armor for the win. Don't go that way, Robert. Go up the hill. Leather armor for the win. It's not cloth, boys. It's not cloth. Alright, we're free. Let's recuperate. We're all good. I'll focus up eventually, you know, and play the game. I'm not dead. The fun of the 10-second delay. This stream wouldn't have stopped. We'd have rolled something else. It was almost a short-lived character, but the stream doesn't, as we proved yesterday, the stream doesn't stop just because we die. Okay, alright, so the furbolgs are serious business, and we gotta be a lot more careful. Noted. Hey Whitney, good afternoon. I'm just getting this idea, like, I can't fight anything that's higher level than me, can I, right now? Without the pet, I literally might not be able to fight anything that's higher level than me right now. Like, this guy could kill us. Just this guy. This guy might kill us. If this guy kills us, we are gonna go on something that I'm better at. Okay, he didn't kill us. Okay, we're still good. Yeah. This is quite a situation I have here. So, I'm level 6. I can only fight things that are level 6 right now. Essentially is kind of what I'm feeling, you know. It's kind of what I'm feeling, that I have to be fighting things that are just like level 5 and 6. So we're gonna go up the road here and get skinning and leatherworking. Then we're gonna take the road back to safety, and we're gonna work on Zen's quest first. I'm not strong enough just to be fighting yellow enemies. So I think that's pretty much proven. I talked yesterday about how I'm not good on the hunter. So farm rabbits and Elwyn till level 10. Yes. That would be the safest play. That would be the way that I could probably live, you know. The new, yes, Dakota, that's, yeah, the new bow did help us. With the old bow, that spider would have killed us. Absolutely. Money well spent. But now the problem is, am I going to have money for professions? Yeah, they're pretty cheap, right? Yeah, okay. Leatherworking, and then the skinner is outside. And we have to buy a knife in town. Okay, so we'll follow the road back. Unless we see, like, you are level 8. We're not fighting any level 8s. We're not fighting anything unless it's like level 6 or below. I'm not trying to get into dangerous situations. I'm just like, I'm used to being able to fight something that's yellow. I'm used to being able to fight one thing that's yellow, you know? So, and that's just, that was the power of the priest, was that even from early on, the priest didn't care if it was like a level or 2 above. It's been a rough start, yeah. I'm having fun though. I'm sorry if it's like super stressful to you guys. If this gets killed, I don't know, but we do something, you know. We're gonna live though. We're gonna get our pet. Once we get the pet, it's gonna be fine. Agent Dad, good afternoon. What's wrong? You don't like the Pirate Cove, man? Oh, the Pirate Cove is great. You get so much kill experience in the Pirate Cove. Because you gotta get like 40 kills, and you gotta get like 100 hats, and you gotta farm for the lower, middle, and upper map. By the time you do that, you've ground out an entire level in kills. It's fun. Oh, but you're on a paladin though, so it's probably not fun. I'm sorry, man. Yeah, if you were on like a mage or a rogue or a warrior, you'd go grind like that, it'd probably be fun. But I can understand being on a paladin at like level 42 in the Pirate Cove. I remember that. And I don't remember it being exactly fun. Oh, were you on hardcore, man? Oh, I skipped to the end of the sentence. I didn't even realize you were on hardcore. Hey, look at the bright side, man. You got the paladin to level 45. That's an amazing achievement. That's an amazing achievement. Yeah, I didn't realize you were playing hardcore on that character. That's amazing. Yeah, the mage clears those quests in 5 pulls. Yeah, exactly. We saw a mage on hardcore doing AoE pulls. It was pretty astounding. You aggroed people from one of the ships, yeah. Yeah, if you get under them, like it's the same aggro range horizontally as it is vertically. So if you go under the ships to fight the guys that are at the ground level, you can like, yeah, you can chain aggro up onto the boat. It's rough. It's a dangerous area, like in general. When I went there, nobody in the stream wanted me to go there. Everyone was like super stressed out, and they were like, "No, don't do it, don't do it." See, this guy here, I thought I was gonna get at least 2 shots in it. We got 1 shot off. We got a single shot. We can't get just a single shot. We have to hit them like 3 times. Otherwise, we get this like knockdown, drag out type of fight, and it puts us at jeopardy. If I ever re-roll a paladin, go prot. If I was ever being punished in such a way that I was forced to re-roll a paladin, I would go prot. Because I would absolutely have to do something different. Yeah, I'm looking down here for when it turns white. I'm just not doing a good job at it. I'm continuing to step forward like a little bit after I realize it's white. It's like, oh, it's white, 1, 2. Oh, it's white, 1, 2, and then I'm like too close, you know? And I know that about me and the hunter. I always have this problem. It tends to like, I tend to learn a little bit, but what really happens is we get our pet, and then I never learn max range. and then the pet just handles it for me. That's what really happens, I think. I just have to live long enough to get the pet. We got 3 shots off there, and like, oh god, that still feels really bad. That still feels really bad. Yeah, it feels like it feels like a worse version of the rogue with that. Like when the rogue cannot dual wield, like you're not super strong, but you but you can fight like this. Oh, someone pulled it off of me. Thank you, kind sir. That was gonna be another runaway. Yeah, see, like I'm watching it. Oh, okay, and I'm good. But look, he got closer. So like I did stop kind of like, you know, right when it went white, but then 2 things happened. I stepped forward 1 more step, and then I didn't account for the fact that he was angling towards us. And so that's what's gonna make these first couple levels really rough. It's like, well, once the pet can hold threat for us, it's obviously not gonna matter. I did the same thing there. I stepped forward too many times, and we're not going to get the 3rd shot off. Yeah, see, we didn't get the 3rd shot. Oof. Swing bar, a timer. Yeah, man, I don't want to do any add-ons. It would be really helpful to me. But I don't want to do that. I don't want to do an add-on. I don't want to stack any more add-ons. Yeah. I'm not skinning, because I don't have a skinning knife. Let's go fix that. Yeah, the druid did hook me up. Yeah, but I didn't notice. I got thorns, too. I need thorns right now for the extra damage that it does. We have to go buy a skinning knife. I'm already leaving skins on the ground. If you backstep, I thought you stopped your auto attack. Do I keep firing while I move? That's not right, is it? I don't think I could fire while I step back, can I? This would be important info to know for me to actually be able to play the class, I guess. I'll try it. You stop. Oh, but I gotta stutter step it. I can't do that. Yeah, I can't stutter step it. I get what you're saying. Like you're saying, like between the auto attack time, I can step back. I don't know. I get the theory, guys. I'm just not sure I can or want to play that way. I'm just like, I'm gonna do the best I can and see if we can get the pet. Because, yeah, I guess I understand the concept of what you're saying. Like, see the auto shot, back up, see the auto shot, and maybe get myself some distance. But I can't just do this. I can't just do this and keep firing, can I? You guys are talking about getting between the timer, right? Yeah. I think maybe it works differently in different versions of the game. I'll try both. I'm gonna try all the things, okay? Here. I'll try method A and method B, and then I'll figure it out for myself using the game to tell me what happens. Okay. No, I gotta stop moving to shoot. She does. When you're walking backwards, she doesn't keep shooting. Okay. So you guys are talking about like going between the timer. Do not go directly back. Damn it. We're not gonna be. I'm not gonna do it. I'm not gonna do this. This is what happened. I remember the last time I played a hunter, this happened, and I went back and forth with people in comments about it. And I'm not gonna do it again. So I'm gonna try a couple more things, and then I'm just gonna have to play my way. Yeah, because there's an understanding gap that's happening on my end, and it's not gonna change. It's not. When I said yesterday I wasn't good enough or smart enough to play the hunter, I meant it. And it's because of this conversation that we're having. You take too many steps forward. Yeah. Oh no. Yeah. That's true. I do take too many steps forward. Absolutely. Absolutely. Yep. The hunter and the rogue I get the most critical feedback on. Like, people try to tell me really smart things that I just don't grasp. Yeah, it's always the hunter and the rogue. So I'm gonna try to play it my way, and if playing it my way gets me killed, then so be it. So be it. Yep, at that point it's fine. Yeah, I won't have to figure that part of it out though, because like eventually we'll just be relying on the pet to tank it away from us. This is like a level 1 to 10 problem. It's a level 1 to 10 problem. After that I don't plan to pull aggro off my pet if I can avoid it, so it won't be an issue. We'll see if we get that far. We will see. I don't have any favorite pets for hunters because I don't really like, I've never really vibed with the hunter class, and I'm not a good hunter player, so like I've never played the class long enough to really develop any specific likes. It's one of my least played classes, and not because I haven't like tried to play on one. Well, there's lots of cats. We need spiders, is really all we need. Just spiders. Yeah, the most time I have played on a hunter has been in retail, and in retail you don't have like a dead zone. You just keep firing your bow. you just keep shooting the bow regardless of where the enemy's at. There's like, you don't melee in retail, like unless you're survival spec. And so that's like the most time I spent on a hunter was a Beast Mastery hunter in Battle for Azeroth. I raided the opening tier on a Beast Mastery hunter, and that was it. And had it been like this, had it been like with the dead zone and stuff like that, I probably would not have been able to level it and enjoy it in the same way. The dead zone is like once the enemy gets within a certain amount of yards, you can't shoot your bow anymore. Right here, auto shot, they have to be more than 8 yards away from you, but less than 35 yards away from you. So once an enemy closes within 8 yards, you can't fire your bow anymore, you go to melee. As melee, you're going to deal significantly less damage, and you're not able to use a lot of your bow abilities. And that's the dead zone where like you can't use the bow. And in retail, that doesn't work like that. The hunter has a bow, or gun, they fire it, they keep firing it. Eventually, the dead zone got like shortened and shortened, and then eliminated because of the type of gameplay that it can create. It really only matters like in the first 10 levels, because again, after you get your pet, a lot of the time your pet is tanking it away from you. Like, you don't have to worry about being in its dead zone as much. Yeah, you could be netted 6 yards from the enemy, as you know, you can't do anything. You can't reach them with your melee, you can't shoot them with your bow. It can create some pretty interesting experiences. I think especially in PvP, it can kind of create some really bad interactions. It feels like it would be something that in PvP would be like disastrous. Just because people can lock you in place with stuff, and then like, could you imagine like a frost mage freezing you 6 yards away and just hitting you with a pyroblast? Boom! You're dead. I don't know if I want to tackle these guys yet. Or if I should really be focused on just finishing Zen's quest. They're level 6. I guess we've been fighting level 6 guys. Was it WoD they completely did away with it? Yeah, it was probably around that time. I think they shortened it at one point so that it was just like you had a little bit more time to get maybe like one more shot off. And then the next time around they just eliminated it. Steven, thanks for being here, man. I appreciate you stopping by. Say WoD again. Right, exactly. It's W-O-D. It's Warlords of Draenor. Like, the likelihood of me being able to kill this guy is pretty slim to non-existent, so I don't know, maybe I try to leave him alone. I do need to get over into this house, though. So, there's that. Yeah, let's see, I'll try to get range on him. We'll stay on his flank so he doesn't, like, move away from us. Alright, that's about as good as it gets. 2, one more shot, 3, we're not gonna get the 4th one, okay. See, yeah, if I knew how to do the thing, we probably would've got the 4th shot, sure. I can't do that thing, so we don't get 4th shot, but we got a big crit there, the crit, oh, we got another crit on a white swing. This is gonna be, this was a battle won because of the crits. I'll take it. Gnarlpine leggings, 36 armor, I'll take it. Look at that, now we're wearing pants again. Ashwin, why am I creating so many characters? Well, the hardcore ones, because they die usually. That's the hardcore ones. The other playthroughs have just been pretty consistent. I finished off the Warlock. She got to max level. I started the Death Knight. I started playing Wrath again because I want to play Wrath again. The goal is to have a DPS class that I want to take into Cataclysm. So the active characters right now are just the Death Knight, the Warlock, and then whatever hardcore character I'm playing. It's not really that hard to keep track of. Or just like don't bother keeping track of it if it's not for you, you know. Priest died. Paladin retired at 47 because it was boring. He's over on the Mancrit cluster now, hanging out in Booty Bay. He spends his days fishing and blacksmithing in the story that I made up for him inside of my head. But yeah, the priest bid it to Morladim, otherwise that's what we'd be doing. It's on the VOD. I think the title of the VOD is like Rip Priest, Go Hunter. I think that's still the literal title of yesterday's VOD. Rip Priest, Go Hunter. You shouldn't be sad. It's okay. I wasn't sad. It was hilarious. We ran right into Morladim, like bumped shoulders with me. He took a big old gnarly bite out of us. It reminded me like The Walking Dead, like everything's fine, oh, you're bit. That's what it was like. So I got a kick out of it. Yes, exactly, Christopher. The journey is the destination anyway. Yep, it's all just the journey, and it's like one of the most entertaining parts of the journey is if it abruptly ends. Because you never see it coming, but like when you watch the playback, you know what's gonna happen. When you watch the playback knowing that the character's about to die, you know exactly how they're gonna die. But when it happens to you in the moment, like you don't ever see it coming. It just starts happening and then it's over. It's pretty symbolic, I think. How's the music here in this zone, guys? Is it a little loud, or is it just perfect? It looks like it might be a little loud, but I'm okay with it if you guys are. We had a little line of sight issue I should have adjusted for before the pull. Kronos, I'm glad you're enjoying the Blood Elf, man. I'm having a good time as well. It's a really, really nice zone. It's one of my favorite. It's probably my favorite starting zone. It's probably my favorite starting zone. I like the Draenei starting zone also. It has a really chill vibe to it too. This seems dangerous, and I don't really know how I'm gonna handle it. Maybe if I can get into this corner when he goes into that corner. That's... oh no, shit, that didn't work. Well, about that, yeah. Maybe if I... no, I can't do that. Maybe if I can get over the rail, I might be able to get some... no, we're dazed, perfect. I got a leash him, I think. I don't know. If I could just get a shot off on him, that'd be great, but we didn't. Oh yeah, we're running, boys. Crap. Okay, I don't really know how to deal with it. Maybe I could have just fought him face to face, and maybe we would have been okay. Maybe if I just get one shot off and like a serpent sting off, maybe I can just stab him until he goes down. I don't know, but we're gonna have to try something. Otherwise, we just gotta come back. Music's too loud. Anybody else? Any other feedback on the audios? I don't want to get one guide. No, you're probably telling the truth on your end, but I don't want to get one guide. So. Red Robin, you missed the priest? Yeah, a lot of people really like the priest. I like the priest too. It's not off the table for official, but I'm kind of thinking. I've been thinking about an orc warrior. Ah, not again. I don't think I can get up here without like pulling him. It doesn't seem like I can get up into this loft without pulling him, even if he's all the way at the other side. I'm just gonna try to melee him. I bought it. I have a new dagger. It's not the starting dagger, so we might be okay. Okay, I'll bump it down a little bit. There we go. Let me know. That's probably not like much better. Let's do that. There we go. Yeah, the music in Teldrassil is like kind of similar to the music in Stormwind, which is that it plays like it has peaks, right, where it plays slightly louder than music in other zones. So yeah, I'm kind of aware of that. It looks like it might be better now. It's still peeking into the yellow. The Gnarlpine tribe has been corrupted. Good to know. Alright, we need spider silk still, but other than that, I think we're done here. We can carefully get out of here. Maybe, or we might have to fight our way out. Jacob, good afternoon. Kronos, do I usually prefer playing Horde or Alliance? Well, for most of my life, I had to play Horde. Because the friend who got me into the game, he played Horde because his guild was always Horde. So yeah, until Classic came out, I predominantly just only ever played Horde. Now that I've been on the Alliance, like, I always wanted to play Alliance, you know? Especially like before the Night Elves, because they had all the pretty races. But I never really got to. So now I kind of prefer the Alliance, like, overall. Like, if I had to pick my, like, favorite faction right now, like, what content and zones do I like the most? With the exception of a couple of zones, I would probably pick Alliance. But there are zones on the Horde side that I really enjoy. Like, the Barrens is one of my favorite zones. I love spending time in the Barrens. But like, as far as the races, like, it's hard for me to, like, get into a lot of the races these days. I wish we could just get the Blood Elves. Once the Horde had Blood Elves, it was okay. Rusty, no, this is not the official Hardcore. Official Hardcore comes out in a little less than a week. Next Thursday. Sometime on the 24th, next Thursday, Hardcore Official comes out. DLR, hello. Good afternoon to you. One more item here off these guys. Yeah, the Hunter Trainer. Yeah, training our abilities would probably be... If we want to deal, like, more damage, training our abilities would be good. Chantal, will I play a Goblin? Nah, I don't really like Goblins, but I will... If Cataclysm comes out, I'll play their starting experience so that we can check it out. But, I probably wouldn't, like, level a Goblin past that. Because I don't really like the Goblins in WoW. They don't really do anything for me. They're kind of like, to me, they're just like a joke race. You think the dwarves and the gnomes are too similar? Yeah. I don't know. I mean, one's really small, like, you know, like Hobbit size, and one's a little stocky. I kind of get what you're saying, but yeah, like. On the Horde side, you say, like, you don't have two short races. They're short races, right? They're two short races. They start in the same starting area. Yeah, I think having the gnomes and the dwarves start in the same starting area is like what it is, you know. Because yeah, the Horde doesn't have any short races at all until Cataclysm, when they got goblins. Maybe that's why they got goblins, because they needed to have a short race. I don't know. Mulgore is one of the best start zones in the game. Absolutely. It's one of my favorites. Otukin, have I lost any characters recently? Check out yesterday's VOD, man. The title of it is Rip Priest Go Hunter. Yeah, I lost the priest yesterday. And, yeah. I forget. Before that, I forget what happened. I lost a mage, I think. We lost a mage in Skull Rock before that. Landy Claus, welcome. Thanks so much for the membership. Appreciate you being here. We are done here. We can actually go turn this in. Yeah, Morladim took us out. Yep. Yeah. Will the night elf hit 60 before official? Yeah, of course, obviously. No, we'll probably get like level 15 or 20. if we live, you know, if we continue to live, we will probably hit 20 maybe. if I had to guess. If we play every day and like depending on how long the streams go and how I'm feeling. I'm not pushing too hard, obviously. I'm here playing hardcore still because I want to hang out with you guys. Because otherwise I would just wait till official came out. You know, if I was like average player, average hardcore enjoyer, I would probably be sitting out this week. You know what I mean? But I love playing the game, and I love hanging out with you guys. So here we are. And this gives us the opportunity to, like, if we get our character on official into like the 30s and 40s, we want to give them rested XP. We could switch back over to Bloodsail and we could like have a solo self-found character kind of going at the same time. That's kind of the opportunity that it creates by still being here. Alright, he wants us to go kill some guys and get his jewel back. Don't think we can do that one yet, because there's a named guy involved, and the named guy you have to pull him and at least one other guy. Alright, so what do we want to do? We need fell cones. We need to go finish or find Denelon and talk to him. Let's head down this way. We'll try to swoop through here. We'll get some fell cones. And we'll try to end over here by the lake. Mike, the retail DK? Now what I'm doing in retail is, I've talked about it a little bit, but I haven't talked about it a lot on stream. What I'm doing with the retail, I'm just trying to get every class to max level in retail. But I might, you know, it's not. I don't have a guild, and I don't want to do LFR. But what I'm really trying to do is I'm really trying to get every class to max level, so that when 11.0 comes out, whenever the next expansion drops, I'll have my pick of whatever class that we want to take in. Because like this time around, like I took a shaman into Dragonflight, okay, and it turned out like I kind of felt right away that I wasn't really digging the shaman. Like, I even race changed it once, because I thought maybe race changing it would help. And that sucked not having, like, a ready alternative, you know what I mean? Like, if I had gotten, like, a day and a half in, and I wasn't feeling the class, but I had another class, like, lined up at max level, I would have switched. I would have switched out from the shaman, because I wasn't digging it. And instead, I just played through the campaign, and then because I didn't really care for the class or the character, I wasn't compelled to do anything at endgame at all. And so I don't want that to happen, like, next time around. I want to have, like, every character at the ready, so that if one character doesn't work out, I just try another. So that's kind of my goal with the retail stuff right now, really. The focus is like getting every character, getting every class to max. Oh, you had a big heal? Oh, you had a big heal? Oh, that's rude of you. How dare you? Is he gonna heal again? If he heals again, then we might be dead. If he gets a crit, we could be dead. This was a fight, an example of a fight that I thought was gonna be just fine, you know? Like, I had no real thought to say that it was gonna go otherwise, but that was a close one. I was just trying to get some fell cones, but I can't go in this direction. I have to stick to the far eastern side of the zone, because once I come over here, the stuff is too powerful. Am I missing the priest yet? Yeah, I don't tend to really miss characters like that. It's like, yeah, like once I start a new character, I don't often think back too much about losing the prior character. The only exception was the undead priest that we lost in the elevator in Undercity. That was the only character that, you know, I would think back about. I'm not fighting this guy because I can't. That's the thing about the hunters. Like, if you do get jumped, you can't fight with a disadvantage. If you get jumped, you have to run away unless you have a pet. You know, that could be easier. Would I ever do like guides for the game? I feel like there are people who are gonna always be better at that than me, who are just more skilled, and they're more interested in doing that kind of content. Whereas, like, I probably could, you know, but it's not really the kind of content that I'm into. Ultimately, I don't think I'm smart enough to write good guides. One day the Tauren might get to 80. Yeah, he might get there. It's so depressing to play the Tauren. What stopped me from playing the Tauren was the day I went to go queue up for like a 5-man. And I realized that without looking for Dungeon Finder, as a DPS warrior, no one was ever going to invite me to a 5-man group. That's when I stopped playing that character, because I didn't want to tank on it, I wanted to DPS. But without LFD, like, no one wants you. No one wants a DPS arms warrior or anything. So, like, they have pickings, they can pick whoever they want, they're not going to invite me. And so I was like, yeah, nah, I'm done. I thought to myself that maybe I would revisit it once LFD was put into the game. Because, yeah, all I really wanted to do on it was DPS. I was super into that character all the way to End of Burning Crusade. You know, I focused. It was like the first character that like I just focused that playthrough, and I was almost exclusively just putting up videos of that warrior. And it was still it leveled in Burning Crusade phase. For the most part, I believe we were in Burning Crusade phase. We got to max level in Burning Crusade long enough to do some heroics, and then really quickly they pushed Wrath out. But yeah, I had a lot of fun on that warrior. It's just that he kind of died a slow death in Northrend. See, he couldn't get into 5-man runs. Almost 6 days now, yeah. 6 days till official. HC hype. I have a lot of work to do over the weekend, so when I have a lot of work to do, when a lot of work stands between me and something that I want, I'm not excited. I'm not going to be excited for it until all the work is done, and I can just look forward to the day I get to do the thing. So I probably would have more hype, but I have a busy weekend. I have a busy Saturday. So, yeah. Shizum, that's awesome. Yeah, it's one of my favorite playthroughs. I had so much fun. So we need 8 Timberling seeds, and then we need 12 of the things that are sprouting on the ground. I think we can do this. These guys are level 5. This is clearly like the questing that I need to be doing on the Hunter. I need to be doing a level 5 quest. Yeah, if it was just normal everyday work, it wouldn't bother me. My mom's having a big hip surgery pretty soon, so we're moving her in with us for a little while. To be determined how long. And so I have to move her stuff. I have to get the truck, and me and my wife will go there, and I have to physically move her things. And I hate moving myself. I've done it so many times in my life, and I'm not getting any younger. I'm gonna be 40 in January. And I just really hate the idea of packing a moving truck in the summer heat. I've done it too many times, so it's a dread thing. It's not like normal work, or like it's just everyday stuff that you're used to. It's like I dread moving people. I dread carrying all the furniture and crates and boxes and crap to the truck and the sweltering heat and then doing it again on the other side. It's a dread thing, yeah. I dread the physical misery that I'm about to endure. Because I'm soft. Yeah, that's it. It's just physical dread, and I've been dreading it for weeks. You know, it's one of those things you constantly are thinking about that you have to eventually do this thing, and you can't for me when there's stuff like that, I like to just go get it done. You know, like, oh, I have this thing to do, I can just get it done. Well, with this, it's a set date. You know, you can't just get it done when you have the energy and will to do it. You have to do it on that day, no matter what, and that's where the dread sets in. Yep, and so that's what's been on my mind, is like, yeah, cool, hardcore, next week, I have to get through tomorrow, but it's going to be fine. Like, ultimately, I'm going to go do it, and, you know, I'm going to have help. It's going to be easier than I think, and I'm probably not going to hurt myself irreparably, which is one of my worries about, like, constantly moving people at my age, is that, like, I haven't really hurt myself yet, but, like, eventually it could happen. The more often you do that kind of thing, the more likely it becomes. So, that's, like, kind of my worry. One time when I was in my early 30s, I stepped off the ramp of a moving truck and I twisted my knee so bad that I couldn't even get up the stairs barely for about 2 weeks. And I thought then, like, oh great, my knee is going to be messed up forever. And luckily it wasn't. I was able to, like, recover from it, and it was eventually fine. But I always think about what it felt like just to think I was doing great, I'm doing great, and I just stepped right off the ramp. Right off the ramp, and I was, like, you know, 3 feet up, so I came down and twisted my knee bad. And that's all I can think about anytime I go to move somebody now. All I think about is what that felt like to twist my knee and just go down, and to think, like, I can't put weight on my leg anymore. It was bad. Especially because I'm someone who likes to be physically active. I like to work out and stuff like that. So, like, it was bad, and that's all I can think about when I contemplate a moving truck is like stepping off that ramp and what that moment when I knew that there was nothing there. I can still feel it. It's bad. It's bad. Yeah, don't step off the ramp this time. I didn't think I was stepping off the ramp that time either. I thought I was going slow. I thought I was paying attention. I wasn't rushing. Like, yeah, it was weird because I was like trying to be hyper aware of being careful, and I still did it. That's how I know, like, no matter how like fit you are or how careful you're trying to be, like sometimes stuff just happens, especially when you're doing something that you don't do every day. Like if you're a professional mover, you know, you do it every day, you're more used to the motions and what it feels like to do it safely. When you're doing something like physical that you hardly ever do, you're much more likely to hurt yourself. It's like trying out like a new motion at the gym, but like trying it with as much weight as you can possibly lift for that motion. It's like you've never done the motion before, you're much more likely to hurt yourself. And that's what this is like for me. Yeah, Morladim can come up around the side of the moving truck and just like slap me in the knee, right? It's basically the same thing. It's hardcore life, yeah. Yep, you don't see it coming. Afterwards, you look back and you're like, well, of course you stepped off the ramp, you're an idiot. But when it happens to you, it's a big surprise. A knee pain will magically appear at 50? Yeah, it'll reappear at 50. It might. It's been, yeah, I haven't had any problems with it, thankfully. It was bad when it happened, but it could come back, you know. It could feel like my elbow feels. My elbow is like, you know, my elbow pops on like most motions. It'll do a little pop. It's a kind of elbow injury that if I were like an athlete, I would just go have somebody cut me open and they would just fix it. It's probably just like a little tendon thing or something. But like as a non-athlete, it's one of those little things that like you can't really justify like really following up on it. So yeah, I already have like a little elbow issue. I'd be happy if I didn't have to have any knee issues. It's basically my criteria for staying alive is that I have to be able to jump a fence and I have to be able to run a mile. Otherwise, what am I doing? You know? So, yeah. Mihai, welcome, man. Good afternoon. You had an injury too, DLR? While moving your mom? Yeah, see, that doesn't bode well. I'm sorry that happened to you. It doesn't bode well for me. Yeah, and I moved her once already not too long ago. That's like kind of the worst part is like I already moved her into where she's currently at like not too long ago. So, yeah, it's like it's almost like it's the most recent move that I did was helping her move. And so it's like, oh great. I can't wait to do it again, except you probably have more furniture by now. So, yeah, it's one of those things. Oh yeah, Vic, absolutely. But still, next time someone's got to pay some more money to like have somebody else. I need a professional to do the move. I guess I just need more money. If I had more money, then I would just call somebody and have them do it. You know, that's what it is. It's like, yeah, you don't got the money, then you put your body on the line. But yeah, ideally, I just will handle things in the future with money, and not with the risk of like stepping off a ramp and killing myself. If you own a copy of Retail, do you need to buy a copy of Hardcore to play it? If you have Retail and you have an active sub, your sub is active, you can log into the game, then you can install Classic. And you can play Hardcore. All you need to play Classic Era is an active sub to World of Warcraft. I don't even know if you have to be on the most recent version of WoW. I think you just have to have an active sub, and then you can go install Classic. Yeah. It's just the sub. Yeah, you can have any version of Retail. You're sub to the game, you're paying your monthly fee, you can play Classic. Yeah, you don't even have to buy Dragonflight. These guys started off as level 5, and now I'm getting into ones that are level 8. I think I need to head back in the other direction. This is not gonna work for me. That was a brutal dodge. He dodged twice in a row, guys. He dodged twice in a row. It could have been a couple crits from him, could have been disastrous there. I do need to pick up first aid, and I meant to, but then I think I bought that bow and I wasn't sure if I had the money. You know what? We should go back anyway because we're full. Yeah, we're gonna have to head back to town and vendor everything. We'll pick up first aid, and we can make like 9 bandages. So yeah, that'll help a little bit. Level 6, he's coming at us. He's in our face. We don't get a shot off here. Can I kill a level 6 guy with only Raptor Strike? And, well, he's got Serpent Sting up. So that's good. We got the Serpent Sting up. I think we got him. And we have to train too, I believe. I believe we, I don't think we train level 6. I can't even accurately recall if we maybe train level 4 or not. I'm not quite sure. Yeah, the first character I got to like level 29 was a hunter. That was like the highest level character I leveled first. And then after that, I tried a mage, got the mage to 25, said no, and then I went on a Tauren warrior, and that was the first level that I got to 60. But my first character that I leveled seriously was a male troll hunter, and his name was Belkert, and he got to level 29. And then I think I just kind of hated the fact that he was hunched over all the time. It might have just been like his physical appearance that started to bother me and caused me to reroll. And then my mage was a female Forsaken. Karen, good evening. Thanks for being here. Dakota, we did train level 4. Awesome. Thanks, past me. You did something right for once. I wonder how many enemies I fought today that I just have not skinned. Probably more than one. I'd have to say more than one. There's falcons to the right. Ah, that could have been seconds ago. I'll look around the trees. Yeah, I kind of forgot that we need falcons and these other things on the ground. There's like so many things we need on the ground right now. Yeah, falcon, I see it. Awesome. Thank you. I at some point I picked up 2 other ones that I don't even recall picking up. That's how focused I am on the game today. Alright, that's awesome. So we have 9 of the sprouts. I do want to get back to town, but I saw an opportunity to like kill a couple guys right here in this area and took it. What am I thinking that I could sneak by somebody? Why would I be able to sneak by him when we are so close in level? It doesn't make sense, and I should know better. Alright, before I forget again, let's go find the trainer. He is somewhere? It's tracking the warrior trainer. Well, how nice of it to track the warrior trainer for me. That's cool. Arcane shot. Okay, great. Yeah, we could have used that. We could have been using that for a while. And hunter. Yeah, we could have been using hunter's mark. So I need a macro. I want to put my hunter's mark and serpent sting together. I think that's what I want to do. I'm gonna see if I can. Can I write a macro? Probably not. Probably not. But let's see. Okay, so. Oh, what's this? Oh, I have a pet attack hunter's mark macro already made. Yeah, but I don't have a pet. So maybe I can make a new one just for now. Okay. So what do? We do slash cast hunter's mark. And then cast serpent sting, right? Yes, no? I have no idea. I don't actually know, but that looks good. Let's see, what did I do here? Yeah, cast hunter's mark. I did rank 1. I don't think we need to do the rank part. We'll see if it works. Let's test it. We need to vendor and we need to get first aid. Yeah. You know the other thing though. Yeah, the other thing. Can't you cast hunter's mark like really far away? We'll see. Maybe I won't use the back row. We'll see how I feel about it. Yeah, I get what you're saying about like I don't often go to reapply the sting though right now. Usually right now I just apply the sting once and by the time it ticks out they're dead, but that could change obviously. Once I get the pet, I won't be using this one anymore. I'll be using the pet attack hunter's mark macro instead. So it won't matter after a while. It won't matter. Okay, so we got first aid. Let's go ahead and do that. Inventory is full, Robert. The inventory is full, and so therefore you're not going to be able to craft any bandages. Because you don't have space. There we go. We don't need these. We will keep that. And we'll sell those. Okay. Bandages take 2. Nah, Dakota. You just didn't see when I actually equipped the pants that dropped from the rare. Which are these ones right here, the Gnarlpine leggings. The ones I sold were like a pair of green shorts that we got from a quest back in the other area. You just missed when I equipped them. I do sometimes look at like the stat comparison before I vendor something. That's why I hit that button and pop it up so I can take a look at it. Now sometimes I'm sure I've accidentally vendored stuff, but I usually don't accidentally vendor upgrades. I'm sure it's happened once or twice. Let's go back out and give our our buddy here his little surprise. I think we turn him into a toad. Tweety, you're glad I don't have wolf meat at the moment. If I had wolf meat, I would just vendor it over and over and over again. Yeah, I do love vendoring like basically any meat that I need for a quest. I love vendoring that. Like I'm very likely to vendor some meat that I actually need. Maybe I need to have it cast the sting first. You know, it doesn't show the range because the range of Hunter's Mark is like so much more. Maybe I should have put the macro in the other order. Yeah, it's fine. We won't be using it for long either way. John, good afternoon, man. Thanks for being here. It was 3 times, yeah. It was at least 3 times. Yeah, I remember farming them up at least 3 times. There might have been a 4th time that I don't remember. I don't know. It was pretty obnoxious. It was good experience, though, you know, having to fight them over and over and over again. John, how's the hunter treating me? It's okay. I'm not treating it as well as I should, but it's been okay. Oh, that's not firing the sting off. Is it because I wasn't in range? It's not firing the sting off. What did I do wrong here? We're just not gonna worry about what I did wrong here. I know that the other macro works, so I'm just gonna pull this out to my bar, and we are gonna do it that way. And that's gonna be fine. With the inclusion of Arcane Shot and Hunter's Mark, that feels a lot better. Yeah, that feels a lot better. Just having that little bit of additional damage that can go out, I appreciate that. That's gonna make this more doable for me. Now that we're just putting out like a little bit more damage, I should remember to like, you know, skin things, but I've been having a really hard time remembering to skin today. Yeah, thanks, Tweety. Yeah, I've been having a hard time remembering. Which is not surprising, you know, it's me, so. Oh, Red Robin. That's a fair point. They're both on the global cooldown, so maybe that kind of macro just wouldn't work at all. Yeah, I'm not sure. You're probably absolutely right. Yeah, so I don't know about this, guys. I could probably kill him and then run from the other guy. Like, that sounds possible. I could probably just focus him. Well, that didn't really... That didn't really do it. Oh, look at this. This person is so nice. This person's such a nice person. They basically saved me from either dying or from having to run away from both these guys. So, I owe them the rest of this playthrough. So, yeah, there's that. One of the reasons why I love hardcore. Alright, so we got his item. We need to, like, remove the item from the thing, right? We click it. Yes, there we go. Now we gotta finish up the kill quest. And none of the guys we need are alive currently. Oh, casters. Casters are my jam. Yeah, keep casting at me. That's awesome. Just stay back there and cast. Perfect. Perfect. Thank you. We're supposed to kill 7 mystics. Okay, maybe they probably share spawns with the other ones, so we might have to kill all of them to see if we can get any to respawn. I'm already forgetting Hunter's Mark. Yep. Thanks, sweetie. Yep. It'll be better once we have the pet. I'll have the macro, and once I have the macro and we're pet attacking like that, I'll never forget Hunter's Mark. Because it'll be absolutely essential that I press it to send my pet in every fight, so it'll get better. John, you just finished these quests earlier this week on your druid. It's a really awesome zone. It's very relaxing. The music is some of the best in the game. I think I used to not like Teldrassil, but like recently, I really dig it. Yeah, it's really looking like we might be waiting for respawns. We'll fight some of these guys if we can. Like, I'm not going to tackle that pull, I don't think. Here, there's a guy down here. We don't need to kill this guy again. Hey, if you need him, you should get him. I will take this guy. That worked out. I like that. Favorite transmogs on retail? Oh man, no. I've never been a transmog person. I like making sure that I'm like getting the appearances and stuff, but I've never been like a huge transmog person. You know, like, cause back in the day, like the thing was like you wanted to get gear that looked cool. You know, you just wanted to wear the gear that looked cool. That was like the powerful gear that you were wearing. Like I never really got into transmog. Sometimes I think about it, but like ideally, like I just want to be wearing the gear that I'm wearing, and I want that gear to look cool, but I want it to be like what I'm wearing. So I don't know why I'm like that. Sometimes I see like cool pieces, and I'm like, oh, that would be cool for transmog. It's just like then I don't really ever transmog. The only thing I transmog these days, I have to transmog off my helmet, and I have to transmog like off my cape a lot of the time, since we don't have that in the interface options anymore. I wish I was in the transmog because then it would give me a lot more to do in retail. I can go like transmog hunting. But since I'm not, it's like one less activity I can get into. And again, traditionally, like I'm not a hunter player at all. I have not. It's one of the classes that I've spent the least amount of time on. It's up there with druid, warlock, as like the classes that I've spent the least amount of time on. Can I sneak by this guy? Yes. Forgetting Hunter's Mark again. Okay, at least when we get jumped by a caster, we have the opportunity to still stand and fight. He's running right at us. He must have went And that was 7 out of 7 actually. We can get out of here. Let's head down to the lake and we'll turn in back at Denelong. And we'll see what else he has for us, then we'll go back to the town. We still have this this Firbolg kill quest over here we could do also. We'll get that done soon. You know what I just realized when we ran past the Moonwell? I didn't turn this in. Eventually I have to go back and turn that in. That feeds into like a chain of quests that have us visit a bunch of Moonwells, including the one we just walked past. So yeah, I'm gonna have to go get that at some point. I'm probably gonna go back and get that off a stream. Unless we finish up everything today, which I doubt we would finish that much. But yeah, I didn't grab that, and so that's like 5 other quests that kind of take you all over to the different corners of this area. So we'll definitely have to do that. Addons, it comes out on the 24th, next week. Next week, the official server opens up. Next week, Thursday. This is Bloodsail Buccaneers server. If we want, we can run back to Shadowglen now, then we can hearth back to Dalinar. Maybe we just do that really quick. Could be good. What happened to the Paladin? I retired the Paladin a while ago. The Paladin got to level 47 and was so weak at that point that it was too tedious for me to keep playing it. It just got too tedious. Every time we fought like a green enemy, we'd have to heal to full and then sit and drink mana every single fight. We couldn't even pull like consecutively more than one enemy. And yeah, I retired him. 47 levels young, he's retired in Booty Bay. He spends his days blacksmithing and fishing, playing cards with the goblins in the tavern. Joe, we're level 8. Yeah, we haven't made a lot of progress. Now we have to double back to Shadowglen. I forgot a quest back here when I left. So that's what we're doing now. We'll probably just fight some stuff on the way. I had a good time while it was fun, and once it got really unfun, I stopped. And that was fine for me. I realized that like without a good weapon, firstly Paladin's already like last tier DPS. So a Paladin in Classic era is never going to feel super strong when you're talking about killing enemies. So that was one problem. The other problem was like we had a weapon that was 12 levels old. And it was only a green, it wasn't even like a 12 level old blue or anything. And it got to a point where we couldn't kill anything. We were behind on levels because we hadn't done any dungeon runs, we hadn't been able to do any elite quests. So we were also like a little bit behind the leveling curve. And yeah, it was fun while it was fun, but it got to be too boring and tedious. Will I do a dungeon every day in hardcore? Yes, if I can. I will absolutely be trying to do a dungeon every day. Yeah, I'll be trying to lock out every dungeon I can do every day. So if we're in a level range where we have access to 2 or 3 dungeons, I want to be doing them all each day. Unless I have all the loot I need. You know what I mean? Like if we can do SFK BFD, then every day I want to do SFK and BFD until we got all the gear or until we are out leveled. Yep, I'm gonna try to lock them out every day. The ones that are like within level range. I have to climb up to the top here, I think. Christopher, you just found the content? I appreciate you dropping by the stream. That's awesome. Thanks for being here. Oh, yeah. Gimim, absolutely, man. Yeah, if the Pally could do dungeon, if we could have done a dungeon every day on the Pally, then from early on I probably would have done a lot more dungeons. What's really always been unappealing to me about dungeons and hardcore is that, like, there's super risks, sure. But, like, you can't farm them anyway, so you do the run once. If you don't finish a quest, or you don't get any items, you don't get to do it again. It made it, like, really unappealing for me to try on my Paladin. Like, eventually I got over it, we did some hardcore dungeons, like... But the idea that I can only do it once, it was going to be total luck of the draw the one time, whether I got any loot or not, it became really unappealing. Whereas the concept of being able to do them every day, I'm like, okay, cool, well, we do it once, I don't get nothing, we can go back and do it again. Favorite Harvest Moon title? The one on the PlayStation back in the day. The first one that they got, was it Friends of Mineral Town? I can't remember. There was a Harvest Moon game on the PlayStation back when I was like, I must have been 17 or 18. I played hundreds and hundreds of hours of that Harvest Moon game. Yeah. I remember like an entire summer spent playing that game. Oh look, I got another quest to do up here. I never filled the file in the first place. Say that 10 times fast. Back to nature, yes. It had like the green cover, the characters on the front. Yes, yes. Harvest Moon Back to Nature. So good. So good. Yeah, I spent so much time in that game. I can't believe I missed this entire quest chain. It's because the guy was hiding up at the top. I just like didn't even see it. This would be like massive experience loss if I hadn't noticed. Alright, we got it. Alright, we should be able to turn this in, take the follow-up, and then we hearth back to town. And then we have to go fill it up by the Thistlefur village. And then to the southwest and the northwest eventually. Boars eat everything? Yeah, I'm not sure. I don't know. I know, like, in Classic, you want to catch a couple different pets, right? And, like, level them up to certain thresholds because you gain access to, like, certain abilities that you can share amongst pets. Isn't that how it works? Like, I'm going to want to level up a couple of things. I think I do want to level up a boar. And then I think I also need, like, something else. A spider or a wolf. Because I need them to learn, like, certain abilities. I can't remember exactly how it works. You guys talked me through it when I played the Dwarf Hunter before she got killed at level 19. You guys taught me a lot about, like, what I need to do to what pets I need to train to what levels. So I know there's stuff like that where we're gonna have to train a couple different pets. It was like boar until 10, and then wolf, and then like there was like a progression that I wanted to make sure I was doing. So yeah, I think the first one was to learn Taunt, and the second was to learn Bite, or something like that. Some pets have rank 2 growl. That might have been what it was. Spiders do the poison over time. And like, from what I was understanding, I wanted to train those pets, learn the abilities so that I could teach them to a specific pet of my choice, eventually. That's kind of what I thought we were doing. Alright, so yeah, now we have the quest to go out to Dalinar, however you say it. You want to carrion bird because it has the most focused dumps. Phrasing. I think I get what you're saying. but phrasing, tactical phrasing. Some of us aren't lucky enough to have a focused dump. That's one of the things I wish I could take back. I'm a 12-year-old, so I'm a 12-year-old, so you got to watch your phrasing. Tactical, this is classic era. This is not Wrath. We're in hardcore today, man. I would love to have a flying pet. I like the idea of a bird a little bit more than like other things. But obviously like birds are probably not very good like leveling companions early on until you can like teach them taunt or whatever. The bird has screech. Is that like a taunt? Because I don't know. I don't know the hunter things from classic era. I think like my first quest is gonna have me tame quite a few things, and then we'll kind of pick. But obviously, like right away, I need something that can hold aggro. Like that's like consideration number 1 is like the first pet I want to train. I want it to be able to get taunt, even if it doesn't start with it. The hunter's basically playing Pokemon. You're limited though. Like in classic era, how many pets can you keep? Like at one time, how many pets can you keep? There is Pokemon in World of Warcraft in retail. You can play the pet battles, and that is literally Pokemon. But I think we're really limited on how many pets we can keep at a time. We can't catch them all and keep them all. That's the problem. Alright, now we can go fill this up out to the east. Let's go do that really quick. Because he'll give us one to go out to the west next. You think a cat for low level? Don't cats only like to eat fish though? I haven't leveled my fishing yet. I'm gonna have to start leveling fishing at the beginning of the stream. I don't even think I've trained fishing yet. We have the silver. I should probably grab fishing and cooking. And we should probably start in on that, because yeah, I think cats only want to eat fish. Oh, we got boars here, Babachara. We got some boars. Yeah, we do got some boars here. We have some choice of boars. I don't think like, well, there's boars back here, so maybe we can't train these ones in Shadowglen. Can we not train the boars out of there? Because, yeah, we had boars back that way. But maybe since they're, like, not level 5 or whatever, they're not trainable. If that's how it works. I know we can't skin any of that stuff. A boar and a bear will eat anything. I kind of like that. I kind of like the idea that they're, like, not hard to please. Like, whatever meat I happen to have on me, they're willing to eat it. That would be cool. Yeah, we're going to do some fishing eventually. Eventually. I am getting hooked up with some buffs, and if you're out there and you're hooking me up with buffs, I really appreciate it. Yeah, charge. Maybe that's why I wanted a boar right away. Is because they can charge. And I don't think that really can't... I don't think anything else can charge, can it? Isn't that a skill I have to learn from training up a boar to a certain level? The charge ability? Or do bears start with charge? Johnny, that was you, man? Thank you. Don't tell me Murder Tacos is dead. Break my little heart. No, no, not another Murder Tacos. Johnny. Don't do it. Not another one. Oh my gosh. What is the world coming to? Oh, we gotta sell our stuff. We have 2 inventory slots. It's getting bad. Okay, so let's see. Those are not an upgrade. Alright. Mark, good afternoon, man. We're doing good. Yeah, everybody's good. The Pally is really good because the Pally, he's retired. Yeah, he got to the ripe old level of 47 and he is living out his retirement in Booty Bay. He's fishing, he's doing some blacksmithing, you know, like from his younger days, and he's just hanging out. He's put his hammer up on the wall, and sometimes he looks at it, you know, and thinks, well, maybe I can get back out there. And he says, nah, I'm too old for that shit. And then he stays put, you know. That's how the Pally's doing. Everybody else is doing great. It could be worse, yeah. Do I prefer Alliance leveling progression over the Horde side? I prefer the Alliance leveling zones, I think. But on the Horde side, you have so much easier access to a lot of dungeons. Like, it's so easy on the Horde side to go do a bunch of Scarlet Monastery, because you can fly on the Zeppelin right there, no matter, like, if you're in Orgrimmar or whatever. On the Alliance side, it's, like, really, really hard to do a bunch of Scarlet Monastery. Especially in an era of the game when everybody has to travel to the dungeon, when it can't just be 2 guys, like, that summon you in. So I prefer Horde for the fact that, like, they can access more dungeons more easily, more often. But I think I like the zones on the Alliance side more. So it's like a trade-off, you know? Tactical, you really want me to get that mace, man. Maybe, you know what would be cool is if maybe one day we can find that mace on the auction house. Maybe if we do like a warrior or something, we can, maybe one day we'll find that mace on the auction house, and that way what we can do is, like, instead of just going and try to kill the guy every day, we can just farm up gold and we can buy it. You know? I'd be down for that. I want to buy some awesome rare weapons on the auction house. That's what I'm looking forward to in hardcore. I'm looking forward to saving up a bunch of gold and using the economy to make gold, and then buying really awesome stuff on the auction house. It's gonna be hardcore auction house, because yeah, we're gonna try to find a way to make money. That's what I want to do. All right, so we got all these guys. I'm not going into the Barrow Den yet. There's no way that we're ready for that. It's not gonna happen. And just buy a WoW token. They don't have them in Classic Era yet. Eventually they will. You know, once botting is, like, way out of control on the official hardcore servers, and, like, everyone's seeing the bots, then they're gonna come in and they're gonna sell the WoW token, because the WoW token, they've admitted, is, like, the only way they're willing to stop bots is just to sell the gold to us themselves. And, like, what would I buy a WoW token? If WoW token availability, like, inflated the economy in the game to a drastic margin, I feel like that could push anybody to, like, just buy at least one WoW token, you know? They always say, like, oh, the average player will never need to buy a WoW token, except what happens with inflation is that, like, prices go up and up and up. And then every time the prices go up a little bit, more people buy a WoW token, and then that causes the prices to go up more. It's like they don't understand, like, basic economics. They're like, the average player will never feel compelled. No, you offered it. So now, like, the average player knows that a bunch of people are doing it. Now the average player, even if they don't want to, they do feel compelled. The average player might not ever buy one, but I do think that they feel compelled, you know, when they see the price of everything going up and they see people with all the gold they've bought. It's like, they said average people won't be compelled. Come on. People will buy them for the 60 mount. Jason, yeah, that's a damn good point. Because listen, farming up gold in Classic Era takes a lot of time. A lot of time. Not a retail amount of time, not a Wrath of the Lich King amount of time. It takes a lot of time, and stuff is super expensive by default, you know. So yeah, if they put the WoW token into Classic Era, you're absolutely right. I think the average casual player might be compelled to get a WoW token just to afford their mounts. Yeah, I mean, how much does a WoW token cost? How much does a WoW token cost? I don't even know how much they sell them for. Is it the price of a month sub? Is that what it is? Like, how much USD does a WoW token cost? And then how much gold does that get you? 'Cause I don't even know these things. $20 for 4 to 5k. 4 to 5k, that's in Classic Wrath, right? Those aren't retail numbers, I'm assuming you're talking about Classic Wrath. 20 bucks for 4 to 5,000 gold? I don't know. I mean, I'll tell you, like, I don't have 4 or 5,000 gold. I don't got $20 I want to throw at the game either. So I gotta throw the $20 at like groceries, you know. I gotta throw the $20 at groceries and craft beer. So I can't afford to buy a WoW token. It takes no time to buy gold. Yes, exactly. Yeah, Johnny, I think if they offered WoW token in Classic Era, like being in Classic Era would probably compel more people to do it just because of the cost of stuff, like in general, just the cost of things. People would feel more justified just to swipe their card. Because it's going to be like, you can either grind from level 38 to 40, and then sell everything, and then you can have your mount money, or you can swipe your credit card once, and then you can get your mount money and a bunch of extra money, you know? To go buy that sweet weapon off the auction house that you've been eyeballing. So yeah, I think that if they put it into the game, people are going to use it, you know. The Jester, what happened to the Priest? Morladim happened to the Priest, man. Yeah, that's the name of yesterday's VOD is Rip Priest Go Hunter, because yeah, the Priest bit it yesterday. So, yep. Yeah, Jason, I mean, I like the feeling of not spending 20 bucks. But yeah, I mean, I don't know what it would take to compel me to buy a WoW token, but if the economy got like way out of hand really quickly, then I can see like a lot of people would consider it. If you literally just couldn't afford like things that you should be able to afford without like insane grinding, then I can see more people turning to it. Can you shackle Morladim? That I don't know. I'm not even sure if I had shackle undead yet at that level. We can't fear Morladim because, you know, he's undead. We found that out. We found out something we already knew. Alright, what do we want to do now? we could go after Melanus' head. This is kind of a death trap. The problem is we don't have a pet yet. Yeah, we got huge problems because like we don't have a pet yet. So we could try to go do Melanus, but like I don't even know what else. If we can't kill Melanus, what do? We grind for a level, I guess. Don't go after him. Oh no. Johnny, don't curse yourself with those Murlocs, man, because yeah, Murlocs killed my hunter. Be careful with the Murlocs. We wouldn't want Murder Taco #1 to meet an untimely end. Anita, good afternoon. Thanks for being here. Joe, you'll give me gold. I don't know if I want people to give me gold or not. Is it a moral question? Like listen, I've had playthroughs like in the past, like immersive ones, recordings, where I've let people send me stuff. Some of my most fun playthroughs, like the most fun playthrough I ever had, was the Warrior, because a couple of you guys would like occasionally send me some really awesome weapons or shields or gear that I had never seen before. So I was getting to see like all these bind on equip drops that I had never seen before. And on the warrior, like the Tauren warrior we did, that was a lot of fun for me. And I'm sure like maybe it aggravated some people. Like, oh, you're taking items. I'm like, well, it's a fun run. It's just an immersive fun run, you know. So I have accepted items and gifts before, bags and stuff like that, you know. But I don't know if I will. I don't know if I will in official. But then I'm like, well, we'll have a guild. And we'll have a guild bank, and like part of a guild bank's like you get some BOEs you don't need, you shove them in the guild bank. Somebody needs them, they go in there and take them. At least that's how we ran our guild bank when I had a guild. Like if we had lower level BOEs, like we didn't need it. Some of them you might want to sell, but some of them you would just stash in the guild bank, and then that way like anybody who might be able to use it could grab it. Oh yeah, Johnny, that's right, we're in the same guild. I will see it. I'm gonna screenshot it and make it the thumbnail. Okay, so guys, I know you don't want me to go in here, but like I don't really have a lot of other stuff I can do. The line of sight here is not friendly. That's not friendly at all. Line of sight. As tall as we are, we got line of sight issues. Oh, at least they're a ranged guy. The line of sight in here is brutal. Absolutely brutal. Oh, you're not a ranged guy, though. The water in here can reset the mobs, that's right. Yeah. I remember that. In Wrath, Joe? Not right now, really, because right now I really want to get the Warlock up, and like, I have the money to dual spec a character right now, but like, I don't think I want to dual spec the Warlock, because I think I'm just going to go Affliction. And in the future, like, I plan to level, like, DPS characters in Wrath, that characters that can't tank or heal. And like, those characters need dual spec a lot less in my mind. Because yeah, I was like, oh yeah, I have the money, I can dual spec, but I'm like, oh, I don't need to. Johnny, you'd be doing this one after level 10? Yeah, it's the problem is, like, I don't have any other quests to do. Like, we could grind up a level, you know? We could grind up a level. Maybe we grind up a level. Maybe we just go, we'll go fight some cats and skin them or something, because, yeah. These guys are weak, though, you know what I mean? But that's probably a trap to fall into. Like, oh, these guys are weak. It's fine. We'll just go into the cave. It'll be a fun time. Come out to LA, hang out. Right, yeah. It's not gonna be a fun time. Let's get out of the cave. Yeah, Joe, exactly. That's what I thought too. Melanus turns into cat form and slaps. Jason, thank you. Yeah, we're getting out of the cave. We'll fight some stuff for a little bit. Let's see. I don't know. We'll try to grind it up. I don't know if we have anything else that maybe we can do. I'm not going to the Barrow Den. I could probably go fill the file up. Maybe that would be safe if we came down this way, and it's not down here because I think there's a bunch of furbolgs that are gonna cause problems. But maybe if we came from the north side, we can fill it. We could try to do that. Jason, exactly. I'm glad you got the Die Hard reference. I was hoping somebody would get the Die Hard reference. Koopa Dude, yeah, you download the add-on, and once you download the add-on, you can, it'll tell you. Speaking of add-on, guys, why is my add-on not running? Why is my add-on off for hardcore? Was there an update? There's an add-on that tells you the rules, and what I'm realizing now is that I don't have the add-on on. Is this character voided? Do you guys think we had the add-on on yesterday when I started this character? Is this about to be a complete, like, just honest man run without the add-on here? Is that what this is? Yeah, we're running without it. I don't know if there was an update in CurseForge. Let's check CurseForge, because I can't think of any other scenario where it would be turned off. Voided. Dave says voided. If he was made with it, if the character was created with it on, then it's not voided. The only way it gets voided is if on the journey to 60, 5% or more of your time was spent with it off. Let's see what's going on here. Classic era, I don't see any updates to the hardcore. I'm not deleting the character no matter what. But I do want to figure out what's going on, why my add-on isn't running. It's just off. Requires a reload. So let's see what we got. I wonder when it was turned off. I'm still passing. It must have been on when the character was created. Tracked time 0%. Voided. Fucking voided. Character got voided. Anyway, the rules are in the add-on. The rules are right here in the add-on. That's all. Thanks for calling it out, man. Yeah, we could have leveled a lot more. And if you play without the add-on enabled for 5% or more of the journey, once you hit 60, it tallies it up. And yeah, 5% or more time without the add-on, like you get voided. It just fails you at that point. It'll say pass the whole time, and then it'll tally it up, and then it'll void you. It must have been on yesterday, and I just can't think of what would have turned it off. I don't know. The cool thing is, pretty soon, it's not going to matter. If it ever mattered. It's not like if I pass verification, they're going to carve my name into a statue of Thrall's chest. You know what I mean? So, like, ultimately, it's all the honor system, basically, anyway. And since we're streaming all of it, you know, you guys would know if something happened. Do I want to fight through here? Yeah, we can just fight through here, that's fine. Did I have a hunter with the same name before? Some add-ons remember. I've had... oh, man. Yeah, I would have had the dwarf hunter. The dwarf hunter would have been named Rambles, because we were only using one name at the time. So the dwarf hunter wouldn't have had any hyphens or anything like that in the name. Yeah, our dwarf hunter would have had the exact same name. Absolutely. Yep. But that was a while ago. That would have been a while ago. It's too bad I didn't, like, trade myself a bunch of bags before I turned the add-on back on or something, you know? I bought a couple blues on the auction house. Time wasted. Oh, I love runners. I love runners on the hunter. Yeah, please run away from me. Yes. Run away from me more, please. Jason, unfortunately, I don't know who that is or what that is, but I'm aware that you're referring to a YouTube ad. I'm aware that you are probably referring to an ad. Yesterday, YouTube changed a bunch of stuff about how ads work in streams. Yep, that happened yesterday. And so they offer you some like options as a creator on how to handle the ads in a stream. And they try to give you some tips. They try to be like, hey, this option is the closest option to how it was before the change. So they set you up on this like default thing, and you can kind of mess with it, you know what I mean? Like, you can do what they recommend, or you can start getting into the nitty gritty, which is a lot different than how the ads were running before. And how the ads were running before, like, I got to see the ads like as they were popping up, and I got to choose to like ignore them and dismiss them or push them off. And now I don't have that ability anymore. Now it doesn't tell me when an ad is coming up. Now I don't have any visibility on when ads are popping for you guys. And I don't have the ability just to look down, press the button that says, you know, don't do that now. Without getting really into the nitty-gritty of manually inserting ads myself, basically. My options are to let YouTube do its thing at a certain setting, that they've recommended, or to do it myself at a setting that I have to determine. And then, if I don't run enough ads to meet whatever they want me to be meeting, that's probably going to punish the VODs and the future streams. So it's kind of a shitty thing they did. And they do stuff like this all the time. Sometimes you log in and your dashboard is just different, and options you used to have are gone, and you have new options. And yeah, that was yesterday. So if you are seeing more ads than usual, which I'm sure you probably are, I apologize. It's 20 minutes between ads, but it feels more frequent on mobile than desktop. I don't know why. And so it's 20. What would you say it was before the change, Amy? Like if it was like a couple days ago, how much time were there then between ads? Because what it says is like, oh, this is the option closest to what it has been, is essentially what I have selected. So maybe it's gaslighting me into running more ads. Obviously, like YouTube wants me to run more ads. You know, they want everybody to run more ads because they're making their money that way. Yeah, tactical, me too, man. I haven't had ads on my YouTube account in like 5 years because I just pay for premium. I pay for premium, you know, like, yeah, it's another way they get money out of you. The good thing about premium is that, like, when you have premium, it pays YouTube and the creator at the same rate as if you had watched the entirety of all the ads. So it actually works out really well for creators when people have premium. And it works out when you can afford to have premium. It works out because, like, you don't have to watch any ads. You never have to worry about an ad. But I know they increased the price of premium recently. I didn't check, but I know it went up. I thought it went up to 18, but then some of you guys said it was at like 14. It used to be $11.99 a month, but I think they've increased it at least once. Yeah, especially premium is really good if you watch a lot of YouTube. Like it's worth it, you know, because there's probably other streaming services you pay for that you don't watch as much if you're a big YouTube person. Like I in my free time, in my downtime, like I just let stuff run in the background. I'll turn on Christopher Odd doing a playthrough or something. I'll turn on Co doing a playthrough or something, and like maybe I'll read, maybe I'll do chores, maybe I'll just be hanging out. So I turn on a lot of YouTube. So for me, like I absolutely have to have premium because I just want it to run, you know. Can I take 2 of these guys? I am unsure. If I can kite a little bit better, I might be able to. Nah, we're not taking 2 of them. I hope we can leash them. Yeah, we leashed them. It was a close one. I was trying to get down to this moonwell, but maybe we need to be a little bit more careful. Level 7 is still pretty tough for us, it seems. I guess I also didn't really expect them to have social aggro. Is that what happened? They have social aggro? That's kind of rude. They're just cats. It is 13 now, tactical. Yeah, for some reason I thought it was 18. I could have swore they, like, quoted me 18 when they raised mine. But yeah, I think yesterday Mike told me his was 14. So yeah, it's probably 14 now. It'll just get more and more expensive over time, you know. That's how it's like. That's kind of how inflation works. Like everything is more expensive over time. In a capitalist society, usually like things get more expensive over time. It's been how it always has been. We're lucky enough that we don't see like massive inflation spikes in the U.S., but like it's definitely something that happens. Because it was $11.99 for a long time, you know. It was $11.99 for like 4 or 5 years. So the idea that after 4 or 5 years it's gone up to 14, like I'm not surprised. And I think it's like it is super worth it for people who just like to watch a lot of YouTube, you know. If you're a person that maybe you only watch like an hour of YouTube a day, then it might not be worth it. It might be worth it just to skip the ad when you can. It's hard to say. Have I been skinning or have I been leaving all the skins? I think I've been skinning some. Ah, that's right, Dakota, the strange fruit, the strange tree, the fronds, the tree fronds, or whatever they were. Yes, we will, right down here. It's not super close, but I think we can get back there to get it. The only thing I worry about is I think there's furbolg camps, like, right here in this area. And I think they're like level 9 or 10. Oh, my wife just brought me some sliders and some french fries. And I'm gonna get killed by cats wanting to eat food. I'm gonna have to find a safer place to fight and farm the rest of this level so I can eat this food. I might take 5. I might take 5, guys, once I get safe. Let's get safe somewhere. And then I might take a 5-minute break to eat a little bit and stretch my legs. If we want to go, if we want to play some more. Like, if we want to play some more, I might do that. Yeah, Lael, I'm going to continue with Valheim. Yep, I have a video. Oh, I need to get that video out. That video should have been live, and it's not live right now. But it should be. Let me see. Valheim episode 5. Okay, yep, that was supposed to go out yesterday, and it didn't. There you go, Valheim episode 5 is now live. There we go. Perfect. Thanks for the reminder. Okay, we gotta fill the thing. Did we fill it? I think I filled it. Yeah, we're good. You think I should be safe in the Moonwell, guys? Yeah? I feel like that. I feel like, hey, listen, if I'm a night elf and I can't be safe in a Moonwell, then maybe I don't want to be a night elf anymore, you know? Because I do feel like we should be safe. Now, the opportunity for someone to come kill me is there. So what I'm gonna be smart about, I'm gonna log out for 5 minutes. I'm gonna pin to the chat. I'm gonna go a little AFK here. Yeah, I'll log out. I'll turn the music down too, so the music on the title screen's not overpowering. Cause I know it'll be loud. That sounds like it's probably good. Alright, yeah, I'm gonna step away, and I'll be back shortly, guys. If you want to hang out, I'd appreciate it. We'll keep going for a bit. If you gotta go, then thanks for being here. I really appreciate your time, and we'll see you next time. But yeah, for those of you who want to hang out, I'll be back soon. Oh man, the sunlight coming in through my window is killer. I need a better lighting solution. Thank you guys for hanging out. I appreciate that. It's awesome of you. All right, we are still alive. We have the hardcore add-on is running. That's what I should have noticed. I haven't gotten any death notifications today, and I didn't see the pop-up when I logged in. So yeah, I should have noticed that. All right, let me get situated here. Most days, you know, recently the angle of the sun hasn't really been hitting that window. It's only been like the last couple days when it's been sunny that the angle of the sun has been coming right through that window. And so as the afternoon goes on, it gets brighter and brighter in here, which is not really what I want. I have a thing I can like kind of cover the window up with. I'll probably do that next time if I'm going to play this late into the afternoon. We need to go down a little bit further to the south. We're going after this tree thing. It gives a quest. Reobtaining like good posture after like sitting for a long time and then getting up and then actually finding like that good posture spot again is like always really hard for me. I think we're good. I like to have like some daylight come in, you know. I don't think I want to like, I don't want to completely block the window out and then like rely entirely on my internal lighting. Cause man, I just remember like, yeah, just times in life when all you get is like the indoor lighting. You don't get to see a lot of like natural light, you know. Ever had a job where like you go into the job and like you feel like you never see natural light? Not recently, but like in my distant past, I worked too many jobs like that. So I like to have a little bit of natural light coming in. I guess I should take down the comment. Mm-hmm. Do we want to go into the city and do this follow-up? We probably should do that. What else is going on? Temple of the Moon and the Tears of the Moon. Maybe we should go grab all that stuff. Let's keep fighting stuff though. We kind of decided that we needed to grind to level 10, so we might as well just keep fighting stuff as we go. Tactical, you did night security for a few years. I felt like living in Alaska. Yeah, I think like any time like a person has to work like kind of a reverse schedule, it can be like really, really bad for someone psychologically. Unless you're at like a point in your life and like you kind of like that kind of thing, like you kind of like being like a night owl. But I think once you're doing like overnights where it's like a total reverse schedule, that's like killer sometimes on like your frame of mind. Back in the day, I worked at a Blockbuster Video. Remember Blockbuster Videos? One of my first retail jobs was a Blockbuster Video, and we worked till like 1 or 2 o'clock in the morning there. And that was like the typical shift. You'd come in the evening and you'd work until 1 or 2 in the morning. And then like, of course, like you don't come home from work and go right to bed. You know, not when like you're in your 20s at least. So you get off of work at 1 or 2, and then you come home and you're up to like 3 or 4 or 5. And then you sleep until like 2 or 3 in the afternoon the next day, and it's not quite a totally flipped schedule, but it kind of got that way. I remember like waking up in the autumn and the winter, you'd wake up at 3 or 4 and it would be like dusk. It'd be like sunset time. You just woke up for your day and like the sun is setting. It was kind of one of like the most depressing times of my life. Yeah, I remember that. Yeah, Blockbuster Video, the first streaming service. Yeah, you had to get up, you had to go to the place, you had to look at the stuff on the walls, you had to make a selection, you had to pay money right then. It was a different world. Tattoo, you worked for Star Video, that's where we got our inventory from? That's interesting. Right on. Yeah, that one ranks up there with like one of the worst jobs I ever had. Yeah, pretty awful. The good thing was, you know, we had a couple free rentals each week. I could get movies early. That's what it was. Like when movies came out, we got the stock like the week before. The week before it had to go up on the wall, so we got to watch movies early. And you got like 5 of them a week because God forbid they let you watch unlimited movies as a perk of your job. We got like 5. But it was cool sometimes to get movies early. It was the only good perk of the job. It was the only time in my life when I watched a lot of movies. Yeah, Jason, totally. I think, like, because we don't have those things anymore, because things are so accessible, like, people lose out on forming what I like to call meaningful routines. Sometimes you develop a meaningful routine, either as like a family or a friend unit or even as an individual, where like when you had to go and do something, you would develop like a meaningful routine. Like, hey, it's Friday night, let's go get some food and then we'll go to the Blockbuster Video. And then whether you were doing that by yourself or with your family or with friends, it became like a meaningful routine. But there's nothing really meaningful about saying, hey, it's any night of the week, let's binge Netflix. You know, it's not the same thing. It's not even the same thing saying, hey, I'm bored, let's shop for a movie on Amazon. Like, it's not the same as like having like a positive routine where like you do this enjoyable thing and you do it at a certain cadence and it involves motions of like you moving through the world a little bit. Yeah, I feel like people, you know, coming up now miss out on stuff like that. And I don't know if anything really replaces it. Was it the VHS or DVD era? When I worked there in my 20s, we were DVD. Yeah, we'd gotten to the DVD era when I worked there. I think we still had some VHS. You know, we probably had some like older movies on VHS, but it was the DVD era. Yeah, Tato, you got free movies too before anybody else could get them. Yeah, that was one of the only benefits that we got to watch stuff like a week or so early. Didn't have to compete with the masses vying for them off the shelves. Yeah, now the thing comes out, it's just available on Disney right away or whatever. You go buy it on Amazon or something. Like, just get it. You get it as soon as it comes out, no matter what. They made a lot of their money from late fees. Well, when I was there, I waived people's late fees, man. Like, I wasn't gonna argue with somebody about their late fees. I'd be like, just let me shift delete that for you. Yeah, they made a mistake and they gave me the power to just wipe somebody's late fees. So I would tell somebody like, hey, you got a late fee. They'd be like, I don't want to pay that. I'd be like, okay, don't pay it. Here, let me clear that for you. So when I was there, they weren't making a lot of money on those shifts off late fees. Because, yeah, I would just clear it. As long as we had the movie back, you know what I mean? Like, if we have the movie back, we've already rented the movie out multiple times to other people, I'm just going to clear your late fee. Ethical late fees, yeah, we just clear them. It's cheaper just to open up a new account. Yeah, you get your friend to come over. Hey, I need you to come open an account. I owe $47 in late fees. We can't rent this. Yeah, people would do that stuff. They'd be like, okay, you know, you'd see him talking to one of the managers. I'm like, well, I'll just have my friend open up an account. It's like, why don't you just clear the person's late fee? Just clear their late fee. Let's move on with our life. Funny times. Clint, you got to rent Sega Genesis games on Friday with your dad. Yeah, exactly. That's the kind of stuff I'm talking about. Like, nobody remembers the time they bought a movie on Amazon Prime, or the time that, like, the time they binged something on Netflix. Like, that's not gonna stick in your memory. Ever. You know what I mean? You might remember the movie, but yeah, when you have a routine where, like, you do this thing, you do it every Friday night, it becomes a ritual. What you lose as a human when you have instant access to so many things is you lose a lot of rituals. And it turns out those actually have a lot of, like, emotional significance to us as people. And you miss all that stuff. When everything's accessible and super convenient, you miss some of the ritual in life. And things don't feel as meaningful. Even if you're getting the same end result, like, you're still getting the game, you're still getting the movie. But without the ritual, it's almost like it doesn't mean as much, because it doesn't stick with you as long. The fun was spending an hour going around the store picking it out. Yeah. Exactly, and then when they would have it in, when you really want, especially when it came to video games, you'd be like, oh man, I really want to rent Lunar Silver Star Story again. Are they gonna have it? Like, no, Lunar's always checked out. Somebody's had it for 6 months, and then you go and they have the game you're looking for. Yep. Like, we got it this time. Been waiting for it for months to actually be in the store, and here it is. Yeah, it worries me, like, people don't have a lot of stuff like that these days. You still have that stuff, but it's like there's less of it, and you have to go more out of your way to have those routines and to have those rituals. Lunar, yeah, Lunar was an amazing game. The second one was really good too. I feel like for nostalgia, I like Silver Star Story better, but for the whole game and all the characters, I feel like maybe part 2 was like the pinnacle, kind of. But I can't remember the subtitle part of the second one, so maybe not as good. Was it the Blue Star? Was it Lunar Blue Star, or I forget the second title of the second game, so I don't know. Yeah, back in the day when Working Designs was a game studio that just they localized games, and they did such an amazing job. Let's go grab the Temple of the Moon quest. It's a little breadcrumb, then we'll head down to the Temple of the Moon. Yeah, Jason, my favorite question being asked as a Blockbuster employee, hey man, you got any behind the counter? Like, no man, I already put them all out. Really? Can you check the Dropbox? Like, the people that would have you check the Dropbox, because you'd show them the stack of stuff waiting to go. I'd be like, no, I don't have any. They'd be like, can you check the Dropbox? Maybe someone just dropped it off. I had so many people that would do that. They'd hear someone drop some stuff in the Dropbox while they were still in the store. They'd come back and be like, hey, do you mind checking the Dropbox one more time? I'm like, damn, you really need to rent this movie, apparently. It's crazy. My favorite ways to kill time at the job, like checking the Dropbox over and over for people, because they appreciated it so much. They knew that they were kind of being annoying about it, but they were always like super grateful when you'd keep checking the Dropbox for them every time somebody like dropped movies off while they were in the store. Clint, have a good night, man. Thanks for being here and hanging out. Is it just you, or do the Horde have more quests in their starting zones? I think, like, specifically the Night Elf starting zone is really, really hard. It might be, like, a number of quest thing, but I feel like also, in the Night Elf starting zone, there's 2 caves you go into. One's a cave, where we kind of poked our head in earlier, and the other is a barrow den. And you just have these areas in the Night Elf start that are, like, really, really challenging. And I feel like that might be what's different. Like, that might be what's a little bit different than, like, probably any other start. Is I feel like the Night Elves have the most challenging start. And the thing about being a Night Elf is, like, you can't even easily zone hop to somewhere else. So, like, you have the hardest start. You might have less quests, that I don't know. But yeah, you have a lot of challenging areas you have to work through as a Night Elf. And you kinda have to grind. You kinda have to grind a little bit. Yeah, we'll go through Darkshore and Ashenvale. What we're gonna have to do is, like, once we're like level 18 or 19 in Darkshore, we're gonna have to at least go do some Loch Modan. We're gonna have to zone hop somewhere, like a little bit, because otherwise we're gonna be like way behind. But yeah, we will work our way through Darkshore and Ashenvale. But we'll have to zone hop before that. We will have to do stuff in Loch Modan. We'll have to do at least the Defias Pillager stuff in Westfall, so that we can open up the quest for Dead Mines. So yeah, it's like, yeah, we'll have a lot of stuff to do, but we'll be able to do the zones over here. I'm not planning to, like, take us to the Eastern Kingdoms and keep us there. I definitely want to see Darkshore and Ashenvale. We are going to do some fishing. I'll probably start the next stream with a little bit of fishing. I should have trained it here, but we'll train it back in town, and then I'll probably be doing some fishing. I know there's at least one quest. There's 2 quests in Darkshore, like, right away that you can do by fishing. Like, one guy wants you to fish up some parts, another guy wants you to fish up some fish. And there's a couple quests you can do really easily by having fishing skill. Yeah, between 19 and 23 in Darkshore, that's really difficult. Yes, exactly. That's why I'm saying, like, we're gonna have to get to, like, 18 or 19, and then we're gonna have to make our way over into Loch Modan and Westfall. The problem is, at level 18, like, those intro quests in Loch Modan, the level 11 stuff, it's all gonna be gray. But we're gonna have to do some of it to, like, open up more quests. It's tough. It's a tough start, especially for hardcore. Yeah, especially for hardcore. Like, if it's any other start, you know, you get to level 15 and you say, okay, at 15, I'm gonna make the wetlands run. We're probably gonna die a couple times, but no big deal, you know? But when you're in hardcore, like, you can't. It's not an option. We must have had a couple misses there, didn't we? Yeah, they really do, especially for solo self-found hard. It won't be as bad when you're in official and you can actually group with people and people can kind of help you make the run. Like, there isn't going to be a rule against somebody grouping with you or helping you make the run. The way, like, right now, we're not supposed to ask people for help, and we're not supposed to group up in the open world. So it makes it basically impossible to go there, like, early. The Paladin, Gary? The Paladin's retired. Nah, he's retired to Booty Bay. It got so tedious. A lot of you guys are asking about the Paladin today. I went a couple streams, nobody really asked about the Paladin today. Everybody wants to know where the Paladin's at. Paladin has been retired for a bit. We've gotten multiple other characters killed. We got a Troll Mage killed in Skull Rock. We just got our Priest killed. Yeah, Paladin's been retired. I am done. It was a fun trip. Think about it as, Gary, think about it as the journey that you did get to. Don't think about it like it had to have a destination. Because so many hardcore journeys don't even get that far. Think about the fun that you had along the way, you know? There's never a destination in, like, classic hardcore. It's all about the journey. I had fun too until I wasn't having any fun on it. It got to a point where, like, we couldn't even kill a green enemy, like, 6 levels below us, without having to full heal and sit after every single fight because we just couldn't find a weapon. We couldn't find a weapon. Our weapon was old. Melee characters in solo self-found are just like, it's tough, you know? Amy, you got lag? Might be on you. Oh, no, it's not just you. We're good now though, because I'm good in OBS. So if there's still lag, then it's not me, it's YouTube. Because I'm rocking a steady 20,000 kilobytes a second upload. So let me know if it's fine now, guys. Because on my end it looks great. Goomba's tuned on the internet cord? Nah, he's not in the office. He'd have to be in the office to do that. I got the router right behind me here. He'd literally have to be in here doing it. We're good now. Okay. Yeah, I didn't. Usually I get a little thing in OBS that tells me when we're getting a lag spike, but I didn't see anything lag. What I'll do is I'll pop down the bitrate a little bit. YouTube wants me to stream at 9,000 kilobyte bitrate. I like to do 20 megs. Alright, let's see if that's better. I've turned the bitrate down. My wife showed me what the audio was doing. So now we have to see if it's still doing that. Every other setting is good. Equipment is good. Yeah, the thing is, like, weirdly nothing ever spiked on my end. Nothing here shows that I have 0 frames lost. My kilobytes per second has been steady. Sometimes during peak times, YouTube servers like the ingest server for streams just kind of sucks. And we're definitely at a peak usage time, approaching after dinner hours here in the States. So yeah, it's on YouTube's end. It's not anything here, unfortunately, but it looks like it's okay now. I did bump the bitrate down a little bit so that it'll make it a little bit easier on the ingest server, and that should help. I hate turning the bitrate down because, like, even though it's still in 1440p, it definitely affects the quality of the video and the quality of the VOD after the fact. So I hate having the bitrate so low, but we got away with 20 megabytes for a long time, and now it wants us down to 9,000 kilobytes. So that's where we're at. Jason, have a good weekend, man. Sorry you're still having problems with it. I'd say anybody still having problems with it, go ahead and just close out and you probably reload the stream. Unless YouTube is taking a massive dump. Which could be the case. Audio's fixed. Yeah, I think for most people it's fixed. Yeah, I would say if you're still having any troubles with it, just reloading it should be good at this point. Tactical. The YouTube focus dump. Exactly. They took a big old focus dump. Right on the stream. It's bad. It's bad news. Oh god. We're gonna be fine. We're fine. Alright, we do need to eat now. Or we could bandage. We could actually use the bandages I'm making. That could be good. Cool. Nick, any idea on what pet I want? Nah, not really. I know I'm gonna have to train a few pets to like get their skills. I like flying pets, kind of, because they're kind of like out of the way. I don't mind flying pets. But I don't really have like a big preference. Because I've never really played a lot of the hunter. You know, I think a lot of people who like play hunter a lot, they do have like preferences of like what animals they like. Because I think that's like it's like a big part of like people who like hunters, they want to have a cool pet that they like. Me, I've never been much of like a pet class person, so we'll have to see. I do like the idea of having something like an owl though. One of the vultures? Yeah, but the vultures are carrion eaters, and owls are in Harry Potter, so I think I'd have to grab an owl. A snowy white owl. Maybe. We'll probably try different kinds of pets, but I know we can't keep too many of them at one time. I feel like in Classic Era you're pretty restricted on how many pets you can keep in your stable. Gary, I don't know the answer to that yet. We're going on Horde side. I've decided the last 2 days that we're going to go on Horde side. But as for like what class I'm playing, all I know is that I'm not going to tank or heal. So I don't know what class I'm going to play yet, but whatever class I play, whatever I play as, we're going to be DPSing. And that's all that I know. Yeah. I'll probably decide with you guys as I log in for the first time. So, yeah. We'll probably be figuring it out like on the stream, or at least like day of. I have a couple of ideas, but I haven't like restricted myself to one yet. The carrion bird's ability is good for hardcore. Yeah. Joe, right now I'm trying to grind to level 10. I am literally trying to grind to level 10 because I don't want to go into the Melanus cave. The Melanus quest is the next quest that we can do. But I really don't want to go into that cave without a pet. So I've just been trying to grind, man. Yeah. That's why I've just been running up and down this little stretch where I know there are like level 7 and 8 guys that aren't like too powerful. I've been trying to grind the level out. Undead Rogue. Nothing is off the table. That's kind of the thing. A couple of things are off the table. Yeah, it's easier to talk about like what I know I won't do. Okay? I know I'm not going to be a hunter. Okay? So we can scratch that one off. I'm not going to be a druid. We can scratch that one off. What else am I not going to do for sure? It might not be as restrictive as I thought. What else am I not gonna... Mage, I'm probably not gonna go another mage right now. But basically everything else is kind of on the table. Paladin's off the table. Yeah, Dakota. Yeah, Paladin's like deleted. Paladin is not only off the table, it's not even in the room where the table's at. So Paladin is like... I'm retired as a Paladin. Yeah, I won't play a Paladin again. I might go lock, but I don't know. Oh, we didn't sell. Oh, what's going on? Oh, that's our quiver. We need to sell. This is not okay. I had many opportunities to sell back in Darnassus and didn't do it. It's like honestly like what's been on my mind is Orc Warlock or Orc Warrior. Body type B, obviously. So I don't know, like, I don't know. Can I play a warlock? Like, cause listen, I'm gonna have a pet still. That's a problem. Pets are a problem for me. I'm not good with them. Yeah, part of me wants to, but part of me wants to go warrior. Part of me wants to get the weapons and the armor and just like, yeah, and do that whole thing. I feel lots of things about the shaman. Unfortunately, like, the shaman just is not high DPS. It just isn't. Like, I've looked at various charts, graphs, and numbers, and no matter how you slice it, like in Classic Era, The shaman specs aren't super powerful. And yeah, it sucks to like consider stuff like that, I guess, but I kind of have to consider. After my experience on the paladin, and how slow the kill rate got, and how miserable I personally felt about that, I kind of have to consider like what my kill rate's going to be like. So I'm kind of only looking at like, I'm looking at S and A tier DPS. And I'm pretty sure even Elemental Shaman is like B or C tier. And I don't often play the game that way or make choices that way, but I think for hardcore I kind of want to and kind of need to. That's kind of what I think. Orc Rogue, yeah, body type B Orc Rogue would be iconic. There was the one character whose name I forget, who was like hanging out around Medivh, and she was a rogue. Well, she was like a half orc though, right? I forget her name. Garona. Her name was Garona, right? So that would be iconic. Then how much do I bench? Hardly anything these days, man. I just work out with dumbbells at home these days. I don't even go to the gym right now. And I'm almost 40 years old, so I don't play the game of like seeing how much I can bench anymore. You know what I mean? Like I don't push for those things anymore. I just try to maintain what I have, and keep. I'm trying to keep my body like physically alive. And that's really the only reason I work out these days, at the age of 40, is to keep my body physically alive. But yeah, even at my max, like I never benched a ton, you know. I was always happy enough to like bench my body weight when I was like, you know, 200 pounds. The heaviest I ever was 220, so I always just I tried to bench press my body weight back when I was like super into it. Garona half Orcan, yes. Why can't we be half Orcan? You know what I mean? Isn't that like a big missed opportunity for a while? You know how like in D&D and like, you know, most recently I played Baldur's Gate 3, how there were like half races, you know, you could be a half orc or a half elf or whatever. What about the half races in World of Warcraft? Why don't we have access to those as races? I feel like there's a big missed opportunity, you know? I don't know what it would be like or look like, but it would be really cool if it's like an orc, but maybe just not as ripped. Maybe a slightly less ripped orc body. You know, maybe an upright male model that is a little bit less broad-shouldered. Although if it's half with a human, you know, the humans are brick shit houses anyway. So if it was half orc, half human, maybe it would just get bigger. Maybe it wouldn't slim down necessarily. It would just maybe just get bigger. But yeah, I feel like that'd be really cool. Like big missed opportunity. It could be a copyright thing, like halflings in general. Well, I mean, if they have a character that's half orc, you know, they already have Garona. She is a half orc. It's probably just laziness, you know. It's probably just like they never thought to or something, you know. They probably just had, they also probably had like conceptualization problems on like what I just talked about, like what would it look like exactly. They probably had some conceptualization problems, if they ever thought about it at all. Yeah, there's like actual halflings. Like, yeah, gnomes are as close as you get to like halflings. And I guess like that's not really necessarily a halfling. Joe, this is a slow grind. Absolutely, yeah, it really is. It's even slower when I like forget the vendor stuff, you know. It's even slower then. Half troll, half orc. Yeah, it'd be cool. I feel like some of the races are already too human-like. Like if you look at the female trolls, the female trolls is just like basically a human body. You know what I mean? Like physically throughout the body, it just looks like a human female. And so maybe some of those choices are why like they would be hard to come up with like the half races, because already whether like especially the body type Bs, they already kind of look like half human, half whatever. Like, look at a male troll, and then look at a female troll, and just tell me why. just tell me why. Why does one's like physiology, like why is it all bent and like bent over and hunched, but then the females they aren't like that at all? So already it's like I think some of that would be a problem already. Half gnome, half tauren. I don't know if that would work. I don't know if that would work. I think we have to stick to half something, half human. I think. I don't know why, but it feels like that's what we're going for. Half tauren, half human. Some of the combinations could get a little freaky. Yeah. Oh no, we're too low. We gotta kite him and leash him. We gotta go. Oh, oof. Okay, let's heal up and try again. We get slightly smaller tauren. Yeah, we could do something like that. The horns would not be as prominent. I think some of them would work, guys, and I think like obviously some of them wouldn't work. But I feel like we should at least get half orcs and half elves. I think like standard like fantasy like getting half orcs and half elves would be good. I think yeah, I think a lot of people would be happy with that. But then again, like I said, you look at the night elf, and except for the ears, it's basically just a human anyway. You know, like yeah, like what? So the ears get shorter, but basically she's just still a human. So maybe that's why it wouldn't work, just because like how human a lot of the races already are in WoW. Half satyr. Now we've gone off the deep end now. Tactical. We've just gone way off. You know, way off. Taller human. Humans are already like 7 feet tall in World of Warcraft. Oh, this pull again. We're gonna get the one. Yeah, we got the one. We leased the other one. Perfect. What would the racials be on a half elf? That I don't know. You would get both racials. Yeah, just make it really overpowered, and just give them all the racials of both races. We could probably come up here and take a look for the named guy. Oh no, he'd be level 12. We could probably come up here and get the mossy tumors. I think it would be okay for us to progress that one a little bit. And you know, we'll still be grinding XP, but we could actually be grinding on some guys to get this done. The night elf bonuses, aren't they great? Don't they like move faster as a spirit? Isn't that one of their racials? Yeah, people hate that for hardcore. People hate that the night elf racial is that they move faster while dead, because in hardcore you can't be dead. You can't be dead, so it's the worst racial for hardcore. That's absolutely true. Yeah, if you were half human, half something else, you would just get all the human racial bonuses as well as your own. Maybe we don't want to fight level 9 guys. This guy's a little bit scary. Eventually hunters get scare beast, Dakota. That would be useful for like all the times that I aggro multiple cats. Because I've still been playing with like way too zoomed in of a camera for hardcore, like I didn't learn my lesson against Morladim. So yeah, scare beast would actually be useful in the situation I've gotten myself into over and over again. Which is where I just pull too many cats. The Paladin is retired. I've got a lot of Paladin questions today. People like didn't care about the Paladin for a while, and then today everyone wants to know where the Paladin's at. The Pally's been retired for a while. He got the level 47. It got super tedious without any kind of weapons. And yeah, I retired him. It was the gracious way to let him go. He didn't die. He just got transferred to Mancrit Cluster. Yep. So you can't die in hardcore? Well, you can die in hardcore. In fact, you probably will die in hardcore. But yeah, if you die in hardcore, that's the end of your journey on that character. Right now, there are some other rules, but don't worry about those, because in a week from now, we'll all be playing on the official Blizzard servers, and we won't have any of the extra made-up rules. And so the rule will be, you just can't die. And if you do die on official hardcore, you can't even res. What you can do on official hardcore is you can transfer your character off to like a non-hardcore server. But yeah, on official hardcore, you won't even have the choice to res up. You'll just be gone. Instead of the res button, it says try again. It says try again instead of res, and that just takes you back to character creation. So, yeah. Yes, Chase. Horde for hardcore, but we don't know the class yet. Yep. We don't know the class yet, and I probably won't know the class until the day of. Maybe we'll even be sitting in character creation, and I will be still trying to figure it out. It could happen. Ooh, that was scary. Very scary. Do we not have any food with us? We don't have any food with us. We didn't bring any food. Lovely. Yeah, right now, like, my top choices right now, Orc Warrior, Orc Warlock, Orc Rogue. Those are my choices right now. Like that, those are the kinds of like the classes that I've been thinking about the most. They're all orcs. They're all body type B. Rogue, Warrior, Warlock. And then no matter what we do, like, we're not tanking. We're not tanking, we're not healing. And so if it's a warrior, it's gonna be a DPS warrior. Like through and through. I'm not gonna tank the low level stuff. Someone else is gonna do that for me. We're just gonna DPS. 2 health pots. Thanks, Tactical. I'll probably need those. I'll probably need those to live. Yeah, this guy was being weird. What was he doing? He kind of stayed at range. Like he didn't want to come into the water. It's a little bit strange. My problem with the Warlock is like I did get kind of bored of it the one time, you know. I kind of think that's maybe because we didn't have a wand, so like a lot of times my character was just standing there waiting for the mobs to die while the Voidwalker tanked them in the distance. So that could have been it. Maybe if we had a wand and I was wanding, I feel like I was like in the action, but like the way we were playing it, I just didn't feel that way, and it got super. Even though it was like obviously like very powerful, it got super boring. I can make it not boring by pulling more mobs. Yeah, you know, even when we pulled like 3 mobs, I survived some like crazy stuff on the Warlock that I should not have. I was still kind of bored. That's the really weird thing. It was like, for me, it was like lack of my character's physical involvement in the fight. It's like a stupid thing to think about in a video game, you know? You think like, well, you're killing it one way or another, why do you care where the enemy's at? For some reason, for me, like, I want my character to be directly engaged in combat with the enemy. That's my problem with pet classes, is like, you don't get that. And I don't know what that is inside of me that doesn't find that appealing. I think a lot of it is like, a part of it is aesthetically, like, I don't really get to look at the enemies. The enemies are this little thing off in the distance that I can't even see their floating health bar. But there's other parts of it too. I just, you know what I mean? It's why pet classes have always kind of bothered me, is I feel a detachment from the action. And as we know, like, I need to feel in the action because as someone has pointed out to me, I am like a 4-year-old with ADHD who has to pee really bad. So like, I absolutely, if I'm not in the action, I'm gonna get bored. That's my worry with the Warlock, is like, yeah, every time I think about the Warlock, it seems like it would be really cool, but then I keep remembering my feelings. I keep thinking about my feelings. Which I shouldn't do, I guess. And I just keep thinking about all the awesome weapons we could equip on the warrior. And all the amazing damage we could deal. And that's really appealing as well. Do I think I'd be less bored now that I'm streaming more? I think, like, in general, like, on most classes, yeah, I'm less bored. I get less bored now that I'm streaming, but even on the Warlock streaming it, it was just, like, it was the detachment from the character. What happened was, like, I was less bored in the sense that, like, I was talking into chat more. Like, I was talking to chat more on the Warlock, even, because, like, the Warlock did not require me to think about a lot. I actually remember, like, we were waiting for the Ragefire Chasm run. That never happened because the tank got himself killed. And we were running around in the Barrens having a little chat while we were waiting, and at some point I kind of looked at my screen and I realized I'd been fighting things and I didn't remember any of the encounters. So that was a little weird. And that was when I thought, like, that kind of mentality is going to get me killed. These guys can't come out of the water? Are you telling me I'm fighting a mob that can't come out of the water? Is that what's happening here? I have a dude who's bugged out in the water, like he can't get out to get to me. Have you guys ever seen that before? But every weapon is a hunter weapon? That's a fair point. Maybe we should just be hunters. Just take every weapon from everybody. Strength and stamina. It's my weapon. I need those. I need the stamina. Oh, yeah, the hardcore is going to be classic era. Yeah, when we're talking about hardcore, whether it's hardcore right now or it's hardcore unofficial, we're talking about classic era, like vanilla era hardcore. Yeah, No one does Wrath Hardcore. I mean, some people probably do Wrath Hardcore, but Wrath Hardcore is not really a thing. I'm not going to go hunting for the moss-twined heart, I don't think. I think what I want to do is, where does this turn in? This turns in back to the guy by the lake, maybe? Let's go get this turned in and we'll kind of go from there. Thunder Fury is the ultimate hunter weapon? Absolutely. This water's always bugged? Yeah, I didn't realize it was going to be bugged in such a way that the dude could not crawl out of it to get me. Usually when water like has issues, like you go into the water and the mob can't follow you into it. This was like the mob could not get himself out of it. He was stuck. You think they should make it 0 mods for hardcore, otherwise it's too easy? Yeah, I used to think like you. My first playthrough that we did when we did the shaman on hardcore was the first character, and I thought hardcore might be too easy, so I made up a bunch of extra rules. I turned off my float. You see how you can see his name above his head, and you can see his name above his head? There's a setting to turn that stuff off. Okay, so I turned my floating health bars off. I turned the names off so you couldn't see anybody. I made up a rule that said you can only wear gear that you craft. I made up a rule that said you can only eat food that you cook. And I created a bunch of extra rules for myself because I thought like it's too easy. It turns out it's really hard no matter what. Only 1% of hardcore characters created make it to level 40. So, while for some people disabling add-ons would make the game harder, a lot of us it wouldn't really make the game harder. It would make the game harder for people less experienced with the game. If you're someone like me and you've been playing for 20 years, firstly, we're using very minimal add-ons. The biggest add-on you're probably looking at when you say that it would be harder, you're probably looking at Questie. You're like, oh man, Questie makes it too easy. It tells you exactly where to go. I'm gonna know where to go anyway. Because I've been playing the game for a long time, and if I didn't know where to go, I'm just gonna look it up on Wowhead. So I kind of get what you're saying, like, you know, that it's not like a vanilla clean experience when you have add-ons, but like it's still incredibly hard no matter how many add-ons you're stacking. And just having Questie is not going to make your journey of survival any easier. Like knowing where the quests are is not going to make it so that it's easier to survive. You know what I mean? But yeah, I used to think like you. and then I was like, well, it's actually really hard just to live. I like some of the extra rules as like challenge rules though. I feel like they should put an achievement system into the official hardcore. Like, you know how Wrath actually has achievements that are tracked? I think they should put an achievement system into hardcore, and they should let people do challenges like that. No add-on run, make your own gear run, eat your own food run. And there's a lot of challenges that are in the current add-on. And I think it would be really cool for people who wanted more challenge to like have that kind of system to track your achievements. I don't have a cape equipped. Fair point. I could use an extra 5 armor. Do I have a cape in my inventory? I do. I do have a cape in my inventory. There's our extra 5 armor. You know what's really like more important than a cape? Like that you haven't realized? I don't have a chest piece equipped. That's what you haven't realized. Can I not wear this? Oh yeah, there we go. Yeah, the important part that you're missing is I don't have a chest piece on. This is a shirt we're wearing, and as soon as we get a chest piece, we're gonna sell the shirt right off her back. Susie Q, I'm doing good today. Yeah, it's been a good day. We're getting late into the stream, but it's been a lot of fun. We're not dead. We've had a lot of close calls today. It's been a scary day, but it's been fun for me. Yeah, we're just wearing our shirt right now. We got nothing. I don't know if I probably have sold some like junk chest pieces by like Leatrix just automatically vendoring stuff. I'm sure that's happened. I am sure that has happened. Somehow we haven't picked up like a good leather chest piece yet. Hey, level 10. That's awesome. See, we didn't have to do quite all that grinding. We got it. Yeah, Chase, I totally understand that, man. Like, yeah, I used to think like that too. I'm just at a point where I can't think like that anymore. Someone else is going to have to tank and someone else is going to have to heal. Because I'm just like, I've been doing it. I feel like I've been doing it my whole life. My whole WoW life. I've been doing it for that exact reason. But I'm not doing it anymore. And you know, I hope that doesn't mean that we do less runs, but like, maybe it would. I feel like at least at first there's going to be lots of people, so it shouldn't be too hard to get runs. Obviously when like you're in the level 40s and stuff, then it might be tough to get like a tank and a healer. We'll see. It's going to be a totally different environment. Like with the ability to group up, like people are going to live longer, you know? With the ability to group up, people are going to live longer. It's just going to happen. All right, guys. It has been a lot of fun. I want to hold off on the hunter quest for tomorrow. I want to go enjoy the beautiful weather and go on a walk with my family and just kind of have a good evening. But it's been a great day. I really appreciate you guys all being here. I've had a wonderful time. And I'm excited to get the pet. I'm excited to get into that. I think we're going to get a lot more powerful. It's going to be a lot smoother from this point on. We should have less scary close calls tomorrow. We'll go into the caves and we'll do Melanus, and we'll probably wait on the Relics of Awakening until we're like level 12, but there will be a lot of other stuff that we can get done. So yeah, thank you guys for being here. I really appreciate it. Until next time, take care of yourselves out there in the real world and take care of each other. And we'll see you back here again very soon. Bye for now.